criminal. I swear that's how the Lord made me, that's no cap. I swear I'm on my way up and a nigga won't go back unless it's Larry Bird on the throwback.
His friends only, breaking bread with friends only. Told her that we only friends. I done left they friend lonely.
Comedy.
Oh my gosh.
Is we rolling? Because I'm finna go.
All right,
Okay.
let's go. So, welcome to another episode of the Friends Only podcast.
Fire.
I am so thankful today to have someone I knew would be one of my first guests. We'll get into our backstory, but introduce you to my brother, one of my confidants, one of my real friends. You know, this space is reserved for the real ones only.
That part.
I think we have a very special relationship and friendship. It's very rare at this point in my life that I meet someone that I immediately connect to and just latch onto, and it's just like that.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the experience that I had with Price. And I think, you know, I've been out here since 2010.
Yeah.
We knew each other in passing, but we'll get into like our backstory and our collective story. But literally a legend. If you don't know who this guy is, we'll get into his whole backstory. But I just think you are such an amazing human being across the board. And I am really thankful to know you and to have you having this conversation with me. We're going to get into some things, but
my girl.
Yeah, Price, we're here.
We here, Friends Only. I'm so proud of you. This is sick.
Thank you.
The fact that you're giving an intro on the podcast is incredible. One thing I love about you though is you execute. You said you were gonna do this. It might take a little longer than you might have thought, but you executed. It's my girl, man. I'm here. I'm honored to be one of the first guests and a guest period. Because this is just, you know, when they have the episodes and it'd be like, I'm gonna have like 5. Over time, 10.
No, for sure. No,
you know
for sure.
I'm
this is just the first one.
Yeah, I'm gonna be a local.
One thing about me and you, there's very few people that I'm able to like communicate with on topics the way that me and you were able to, like, iron sharpens iron. And the truth is, a lot of y'all are not really sharp. You're not sharp like that. Anyway, let me not start off hot. Let me just take my time and ease into that conversation.
Walk it down.
But there are there's a lot of things that I think we could talk about. But I do want to start with kind of your journey as an artist, because I feel like what makes my friend circle so cool is a lot of my friends, I call you guys young OGs because you've been in the game for so long, but you're still so young.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
You came in as literal kids.
Yeah.
So I just remember being on the East Coast before I even came out here and watching the wave of audio push and what you guys were doing in LA. And I thought it was so cool because you guys were having fun, like dancing, like it was entertaining. And it was such a different time back then. But then when I got out here and got immersed in like West Coast culture, and I get around other people and I see the respect and reverence that these new artists have for you guys and what you've built. You know, it's just a testimony to like the work that you put in, that you continue to put in. You know, people may not know like how gifted you are as a songwriter for other people and some of your accolades. So I want to kind of start with like the beginning of your journey. You know, your first deal. We're gonna get into the deals.
Right, yeah. All the spill.
Yeah.
All the
so
spill.
You do your first deal. How old are you?
So first deal, I was 17. Shout out to, because my girl from the Bean.
Yeah.
From Big Bad Boston. You know, we love and hate y'all. You feel me, with them Celtics, but it's always family. So the first people that ever give us a deal was the homies from Boston, Cadis and Sean, who I always, honor any opportunity I can, especially speaking about the journey, because them being from Boston, but just being in tune with actual, like, you know, looking for artists, especially like back then, like there was on MySpace, whatever the case was, but they came after us, you know, and Cadis came all the way to the IE from Boston, you know what I mean? People from LA don't go just to the IE sometimes if they don't know. So bro came all the way to the IE and seeing we had it on Smash. We had the particular time he came, we had, through our own show that had like 1,200 people there, Homies start fighting and just doing all type of ghetto
Yep.
mess. Head is looking around like, where the hell am I?
Yeah.
But we had it lit. So we did our first deal with them, which was dope. But then they were our introduction to the game, to like going and taking meetings with labels and things like that. You know, we didn't have that access. We just kids from the IE with millions of plays on MySpace, you know, which at that time mattered. You know,
Yes,
it's like
it
y'all
did.
SoundCloud having millions of plays, or
Yes, it
yo
did.
Spotify monthly listeners having millions of plays. And so just to, you know, speed it, we end up doing a deal with them, through them with Interscope.
Yep.
And so this is before we knew about production deals and things like that. And
Yep.
so as much as I praise and honor my dogs,
Yeah.
we also
Yes.
went through a
It's a
real
little-
experience with the
yeah.
homies, which I don't necessarily like fault them, because to their defense, they were still new into the game too.
Yep.
You know, all of our big homie Al Manderson, who's also from Boston, that's
Yep.
my guy. He just called me last week. I love him with all my heart.
Yep.
He kind of was just guiding everybody based on his knowledge of the industry and the game.
Yep.
And so before they were emotionally invested,
Yep.
they were invested on the business side. So I believe Al set up the structure based on that.
Correct.
They didn't know they would fall in love with us and we would all
Yep.
be what we end up being.
Yep.
But by then it's too damn late.
Yeah.
We split $15,000 advance, me and the homie. We do a deal down there $1 million or something.
Yeah.
We splitting 15 bands, and we thought we was up though. It's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
first
yeah.
time in our lives we didn't have over $5,000.
Teenagers.
We ain't never even had $3,000 probably at once. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So we got $7,500.
Yep.
I was broke so fast because it wasn't no money though. You
No,
feel
it's
me?
not any money.
But we were getting a lot of shows.
Yeah.
So at that time, show money was going crazy for us. But
Yep. Let me ask you, did you have management?
so, and yeah, please cut it anytime. So you
Yeah.
know how we politic.
Yeah,
but,
no. I want you to talk.
So Octane's mom was our initial manager.
Okay.
Shout out to Kim. I love you,
yeah, Yeah.
Mom. She was our initial manager.
Okay.
And so she don't know.
Yeah. Nobody knows. I
No.
mean, nobody knows.
Exactly.
Like, who knows
the
the
niggas who
music
think they know don't know.
Exactly. Yeah.
But so
Yeah.
that lasted only so long.
Yeah.
Just because we were getting to a place where like moms couldn't manage us no
Yeah.
more for real. So then
Yep.
Al,
Yep.
who was their manager,
Yep.
started to manage us.
Okay. Yep.
Al did a good job of the conflict of interest being
Minimal.
minimal.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
He did a good job at it. But then
Yep.
too, honestly, when he did start managing us, he kind of was falling back from managing them
Okay.
slowly.
Yep.
Because they was both into their own things.
Yep.
Like, shout out to my brothers, man. Y'all gonna see this, y'all know. Sean
Yeah.
had the
You know we love these
Sean
guys.
had the motorcycle. You feel me? Cadence had the Beamer.
Yeah.
Sean got the, like, you know, they just living because
Yep.
they're young too.
Yes.
You know, and so it's their first experience. They from Boston,
They're
they in
from
LA.
Boston.
living
we don't
it
know
up.
anything about any
Yeah,
of this.
they
Yes.
broke their own artists. Like,
Yep.
in thinking about it now,
Yeah.
seeing how many producers don't break artists nowadays, like,
Put a pin in it.
yeah, that's not even a. It's so tough. That's why you gotta praise the Mustards. You gotta praise the Mike Wills. You gotta praise the
Rare.
that, like, because there's not many producers. Hit Boy attempted, you know, and
Yep.
we did what we were able to do, but
Yep.
you don't got that many producers breaking
No,
artists.
It's rare. Some of the best that have ever done it have tried and they cannot.
And they
break artists.
can't
Yeah,
do
it's
it.
so
We're
true.
not getting the Polo, the Don,
Yeah.
Timberland, Pharrell
Yep.
experiences like that no more.
Yeah.
The Dre.
It's true.
So they broke us.
Yeah.
You know, and so them niggas was living it up,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
and I can't be mad, you know.
Yeah.
So that, you know, Al did his best
Yeah.
as far as like transition us through that. They were all, what I'm thankful for and I always give God the glory for is that we've always been able to get out of a deal. I've always been able to get out of the
Yeah,
deal.
when I was with you, we got.
Oh, we gonna get out the deal. There's so many horror stories.
Yeah.
I got homies in deals still right now.
Yeah.
From label to publishing, like crazy deals, you know?
Well, what I will say about you as someone who has managed you, what you do that a lot of artists don't do is you're going to pick up the phone
Facts.
and you're going to call whoever who do I need to speak to?
Who do we got to talk to?
People think they don't have that kind of right or that kind of, and it's like, yeah, you're the artist. You can pick up the phone and make any phone call you want to.
And have like one thing I can't say is because I obviously, like, you know, we came into it young.
Yeah.
And so I haven't always been the best with my words, the best with my emotions, my anger, you know, communication. But I've always been pure and I've always been articulate,
I agree
right?
with all of that.
But the emotion level is where I had issues, right? But
you have been pure.
I'm gonna get on the phone,
yeah.
And so when I'm telling like Cadence and Sean, let us go,
Yeah,
because we were like pure, you know, and then it got to a point too. It's like I'm not pulling up to the studio no more, so I'm going back to the hood, and that's what I did. Went back to the hood.
Yep.
We were still like up a bit, and so I got an apartment literally in the hood.
Yep.
And I started making beats. You know, I started making beats myself, and by then I was already in love with like songwriting, things like that, but I wanted to make beats. And so as soon as we went home, I made a beat called Clap It Up, and I made a beat called I produced 2 songs for us called Clap It Up and Throw It Back. That changed everything. Changed everything. I remember being in the studio. We had a Chris Brown session one time. Mustard came up to me, him and YG. This is Chris Brown playing music.
Yep.
Music loud, slapping.
Yeah.
I'm over here by the speaker in the window, me and G-Ride, because G-Ride always tell me this, because he heard it. And at this time, my beats has surpassed G-Ride. Like, I'm making slaps.
Yeah.
You feel me? Throw It Back, Clap It Up. Clap It Up was at like 500,000. Throw It Back is at 1 million views on YouTube at this time from the hood.
Yep.
And I'll never forget Mustard being like, bro, how did you, like, how you make, because Clap It Up had the, like the clap, and it was just ghetto. Like, how you make the whoop whoop and all of that, just show me love, you know? So that gave me more confidence. You know, I didn't know Mustard was going to be Mustard.
Right.
But so I got into producing heavy.
Yep.
And then me and Hit Boy, like, Hit Boy's always been our family.
Yep.
So, like, we were bringing them around Cadence and Sean. It was points of time, you know, Cadence and Sean wasn't the biggest fan of them all the time.
Yeah.
Because even back then, they'll tell you, like, I always used to be like, Hit Boy my favorite producer, because he was. I'm not going, I'm signed to y'all, I love y'all, y'all beats are awesome.
Yep.
But bro,
yeah.
He's the guy to me, you know? So he used to sleep on their floor too, though. And that's why Cadence and Sean, they always give my love and like I said, honor, because they even was letting Hit Boy sleep on the floor.
Yep.
I think my son was conceived in their house. Brody-O.
Brody-O.
We was living there essentially, you know what I'm saying? So they gave us that access, you know what I mean? Like, to just be there and be young niggas. And,
real big brothers.
So that's how it kind of started, and then translated into, you know, the Hit Boy experience, and, which was a whole nother wave. You know, but by then I'm songwriting. So me and Hit Boy got really close because on top of the fact we all homies, we all gang. I'm at his house every day. I'm learning how to make beats better at his crib. I start falling in love with songwriting. So then he taking me into more sessions now with him, because I'm like writing and I'm a vibe. And I'm like all purpose. So I'll shut up in the room. I'll talk in the room. I'll entertain. I'll whoop some feet if they gotta get whooped. Like, I'm all purpose. Like, I'll get at the girls if we need to. Like, I'm all purpose. So I feel like that played another part in how we connected heavy too.
Swiss Army knife.
You know,
what's the purpose that you can serve in the room, aside from if everybody's trying to do the same thing? It's like, you gotta find your thing.
Y'all all don't season the food. Everybody can't season the food.
It's over seasoned.
Who gonna cut the onions?
Yeah, exactly.
Don't nobody want to cut no onions.
Oh my god.
Don't nobody want to stir the rum punch. Everybody want to season and flip the spatula.
Y'all ruin the meal.
The meal is ruined. Because that'd be the thing. People don't really put an emphasis on like too many cooks in the kitchen. Yes, it'd be too, but it also be like not only too many cooks in the kitchen, because there could be multiple cooks in the kitchen if we all cooking different things.
Yes, exactly.
Y'all all want to stir the grits. Move. I already got this. Go peel the tails off the shrimp that we finna put in the grits.
Can we talk about the importance of everyone playing their role? As a Boston Celtics fan, shout out True TV, big Beantown, big Celtics.
That part.
Part of why the team has been successful and are the reigning NBA champions is because they play their part.
Absolutely.
I don't know that any one of them individually is as good as like Kyrie or whoever, you know, your favorite player is.
Right.
But collectively, what they've been able to build from the bench on
Absolutely.
is what makes them a championship
Absolutely.
team. And I feel like in this industry, between the ego and the greed, because those are the two main things that I see
Jesus.
repeating themselves over and over that ruin situations.
Ego and greed. Go ahead. Them bars. Go ahead.
We are not able to form great teams because people are not, it's not everyone working toward one objective. Like
Yeah.
the ego, everybody wants to be the person. And
Yeah.
it's like, what is everybody in such a rush to get to? You know what I'm saying? Like, because actually, like, being a boss or whatever people call this thing,
Mm-hmm.
you're an actual boss beyond music. Like,
Mhm.
you have started several businesses. And we'll get into why I have so much respect for you beyond just like how incredible of an artist and creative you are, but your business mind.
Mhm.
It's very rare that I encounter creative people that also are able to use the other side of their brain the way that you are.
Likewise. Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
yeah, you find people that are just like not necessarily, I believe that we are all gifted
Absolutely.
by the creator
Yeah.
to do certain things well.
Yeah.
I don't understand why everybody is running around here doing things they're not that good at. It's ruining the industry. It's ruining the industry.
To your point, why
Yeah.
it's so good is we just were having a conversation, me and some of my partners, about how Jason Tatum isn't a superstar. Now follow me. Because he's not.
No, he's not.
But the reason he's not is what you're talking about. And it actually, when you really, because he's one of the greatest to play.
Yes.
One.
Yep.
But then easily, without a question, like top 5 probably in the league.
Yep.
Without a question.
Yep.
But because he's so humble, because he
Yes.
plays his role so well,
Yep.
it actually diminishes his light of a superstar,
Agreed.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Because he ain't all in y'all face. He ain't
Mhm.
Ja. He ain't
Yep.
Ant-Man. He ain't even LaMelo. Like, he's not the showboat. He doesn't talk much.
No.
He come and
Does
gets
his
the job done.
Yeah, he does his job. Yeah.
And doesn't step on y'all toes. Al
Yep.
Horford is going to come. There's no reason why Al Horford, as old as I've been watching Al Horford for
OG.
too long. Too long. He's still
Al
so
Horford.
effective.
Yes, he is.
Because
Key
he
player.
knows to play his
Yes.
role and his part and play it
Yep.
well. And actually, when you play your part,
Yes.
when you acknowledge and know what your part is and you play it well, it actually gives you more longevity in life
Yes.
in the role you're playing. He's old as a center,
Yes.
but he's not trying to be the point guard.
No, he's not.
I'm coming down the court and I'm going to post up right here and save
Yep.
myself some energy,
Yep.
some time, some bumping, all that banging and bumping. So he still has life and longevity in what he's doing. The problem
Yep.
is you want to play the keys, the
Yep.
bass, the drum, the this. You want to be the artist. You want to sign the artist. You want to do everything
Everybody wants to be the star.
with no intent, right? So like
Mm.
with me right now, where I'm at in my career, which we'll keep
Yeah.
reversing,
Yeah,
speeding,
yeah, yeah,
doing what
for
we
sure.
doing. But where
Mhm.
I'm at right now in my career, I actually do everything.
Yes.
But it's not something I want to do.
Yeah.
I don't
yeah.
want to do everything. I manage myself right now. I
Yep.
shoot my own content. I
Yep.
produce the music. I record the music. I write the music. I market the music. I did my distro deal. I upload the music, which is the first. I'm putting UPC codes and doing all.
Yeah.
I'm doing all these things, right?
Yep.
But not by choice.
Yep.
Right? It's a thing where I've gotten to a point where I'm realizing I keep kind of putting these roles in people's hands that
Yep.
either isn't being done efficiently and effectively enough, or I can't even pay you what you're worth. Like Boog.
Yep.
Like our brother Boog,
Yep.
we
yeah,
both
yeah,
know.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting to be able to pay Boog how
Yep.
he should be paid. Like, you know what I'm
I'm
saying?
so happy you see how organically we're getting into the conversation that I want to
Yeah,
have,
we're gonna get into
because
it.
I think that you are able to jump into all those roles because you've had enough experience to
Mhm.
know how you want things done. You know, there are people that are just getting into this business that like the ego won't allow them to allow other people to play their roles.
Absolutely.
But you actually, it's a combination of things that has you doing everything yourself.
Absolutely.
But you, in your ideal world, no artist wants to be doing all of this. No artist wants to be doing all
I
of
would
this.
love. I was just telling the camera queen. I got my own camera, but I don't want to shoot
I
the
know.
content,
Yeah.
edit it,
Yeah.
color it. I
Yeah.
don't want to have to do that. I'm now not being able to
Yep.
deliver records for Sexy Red that I'm working on, or this that I need to do, or be up 5, because I got to be up 5, 6 in the morning for my box truck every morning.
Yep.
So there's so many things. I got to take my son to basketball practice.
Yep.
I got to do so many different things. I don't
Yep.
want to do these things. I don't want to.
All time consuming.
I just had to close a show. I got a show with the homies Coast Contra. It's my first time ever advancing a show myself. I don't want to do that though. It was cool to do it.
Yeah.
But I don't want to. I got to send my images.
Yeah.
Pick the flyer.
The artists don't want to be on the email thread.
I'm on the whole.
It's like a lot of
But
threads.
I like it because
yes.
For me and where I'm at, it's like, okay, now I know these roles.
Yes.
So that when I do delegate them again, I know how they should be effectively ran.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
Like sometimes too, it is necessary for you to educate and know certain things. Even if you have a manager, you should be still educating yourself on things a manager does, because you might be putting too much on them.
Oh my goodness. Can we get into that? Can we get into that?
Please.
The artist expectation of a manager. So I would say,
babysitters. Y'all think they your parents.
I want to really like explore that conversation
Absolutely.
because
Please.
artists, my DMs are flooded with artists who have seen like the Manager's Playbook podcast or whatever, and they're like, oh, that's the kind of manager that I need.
Right.
So it's like, hey, mind you, I'm literally not managing anymore. Like I have, this is my retirement announcement. Don't ask me about managing anymore. That's like not even a role I want to play ever again.
Yeah.
For now. But I think that there's this expectation that because they've seen the success that I've had with particular artists, that they can just plug into my system and they're going to have the same results. And that's just not, there's so much nuance to the success of any artist.
Yes.
We have to get into those conversations.
Absolutely.
Because like, also a lot of times artists are coming in, no budget, no deal, no nothing. It's like.
And no bops.
No
bops.
The songs.
There's nothing to manage.
What are you asking me to manage?
There's nothing to manage. And that's also another reason why I drew back. So when it comes to my career and why I don't have a manager, for me, it's like I have to go create a momentum again for it to be managed.
Yes.
Shout out to my bro, Kenny Hamilton, who was just partnered with me on the management side.
Yep.
I realized, like, Kenny, this ain't serving me or you.
Yeah, I guess.
And you my guy. Like,
yeah.
Let me go and just go build this myself
Yep.
and then go make it make sense. A lot of times artists, like you said, they see what you're able to do with this producer, this artist, this and that. And never, ever do we ever equate what it actually takes to get into that space.
Yep.
And to scale that.
Yep.
Niggas just want it to be like a genie. Y'all think everybody think managers is genie. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need a bag. I need a Okay, well, okay, fine. You do need a bag.
We all need a bag.
And I need a bag. I need a bag I need the commission that comes with the bag.
We all need a bag.
But when are we going to go get a bag from? Like, it's nuts. It's really wicked. And y'all got to hear it from an artist, because a lot of times these conversations are management on management combos.
Oh yeah, we're the villains.
Yeah, and it sounds like y'all just
the villain.
y'all just hating.
That's literally probably one of the funniest things that I get all the time, that I'm hating. I'm like, what purpose does it serve me to hate?
No way. Hating. Y'all are stupid.
Y'all are deluded.
Yeah.
There's
y'all
like a lot of delusion going on.
No, it's the definition of delusion.
So back to the songs. Because for me and for everyone, it should start with the music. Even prior to the song though, it's like, why are you in this? What's the purpose? Like, what do you have to say? What do you have to contribute? What is your messaging? Like, why do you want to be on a platform so bad? Why do you want the mic so bad?
Yeah.
And when you get to the root of that, it's diabolical.
I just feel like nobody really doing what I do. Like, man,
everyone's doing what you do.
Shut up.
You're all a carbon copy.
No, you're doing what everyone does. You're actually doing what everyone does.
Correct.
And the thing be this, it's like, I think artists should do a better job at, before even seeking out management or partnerships or anything, there's no brand identity. Like, who are you?
are you? That is my number one question.
Who are you? What are you going to bring to the game that we haven't seen? Like they say, there's nothing new under the sun.
Yes.
But it is.
Yeah, it is.
There is.
Yeah.
Because it's variations. You could change one thing about it. That's like all of us as humans in our
fingerprints are all different.
But you can look and it really looks very similar.
Yes.
It could be one right turn on a vein or whatever these prints that makes me different.
Yes.
So as an artist, where's the brand identity? Like you said, what is the mission? What is the even if it's like, nigga, I want to hit the hoes and move. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
What's the branding about?
Let's identify it. Yeah. Let's identify it.
Y'all just want the bag, but then it's just we talked about this too. There's no accountability on so many levels. So a lot of times artists think that managers, because hey, you do come across some managers who might be financially up.
Now that's a conversation that we really got to get into. You ain't lying. Some of these managers, and I'm going to say specifically in Black music, a lot of the bigger managers come from the streets and they're coming in with money and they're investing in artists. So even the way that they're able to negotiate their deals with these artists is different. And then you have someone like me who's coming in with $70,000 worth of college loan.
Right.
Debt.
I'm not paying your rent. No, listen, I'm not paying your rent.
I
gotta pay my rent.
I need my commission to amount to enough that I can pay my own rent. But that's really a thing.
No,
like,
it's
there's
very
different
much
kinds
a
of
thing.
managers.
Listen, you got the managers who, like you said, they're coming from the streets, or they might have been in the game so long, came up under Teddy Riley. I'm just throwing names out. You know, might have came up under these legends and this and that. So they up. And so they're able to move you to LA, pay your rent for the year, all the things.
Yeah. Artists think that
but
that's
then
what
you
a
wonder
manager's
why
supposed to do.
That's not what they're supposed to do. But then y'all the same artist that is airing them out on Instagram a year and a half later because you in this messed up deal, or you didn't realize that they get paid first from your deal that you just negotiated. Man, they just invested $90,000 into you.
It's a recoupment. It's a loan.
Who are y'all doing that for? Who are you taking your money from? Like, who are you taking your money and putting it into with no return?
It's like, it makes
Now, I think managers need to do a better job at communicating that thoroughly. Very thorough.
Yeah.
It ain't even a conversation we got to have with no lawyer. Granted, we can put our lawyers involved, but be very clear. I'm paying your rent.
Yep.
I'm et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
These funds, this isn't like a charity.
Yeah.
These funds, I do believe in you, which is why I'm doing it.
Yep.
It shouldn't be a thing, well, I thought you believed in me.
Yeah.
I do believe. That's why I'm paying.
Yeah.
But I do have to make my money back.
Yeah. Well, so a lot of managers are not communicating that because a lot of managers be running the play.
They're running the play.
When they're investing, them terms that they know you don't understand, and then years down the line, when the money's coming in, you like, dang, you get into those books and you see how much percentage of everything they're getting. That's why certain managers are getting sued right now.
Oh, yeah, facts. Or they own the masters on the songs you ain't realize they own. That happened to us.
Those are the terms. That's what you signed up for.
And then it'd be like, so for me, it's like, why are we doing so much complaining and instead of like just capitalizing? So you gotta like realize, okay, cool, this is where I'm at now.
Yep.
They own all that.
Yep.
If y'all are as dope as y'all think y'all are, go make more music.
Yep.
Go make more. One thing about me is I'm gonna always create another wave. It's like, I know how to make a wave now.
Yeah.
It's not something that was like an accident.
Yeah.
I've surfed enough times to know how to get up on a wave.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And create a wave.
Yep.
Y'all don't really be as dope as y'all think y'all are. Which is why y'all album, them songs that y'all just so like, you ready to kill and die behind because these people own these little records. It was 90,000 streams on that song, if that. Maybe a million.
They're not making money on your record. They're not making money on your record, guys.
Move around. Try to figure out how to get, like, y'all want to air them out on the Instagram.
Creating a wave. Not many people know how to do that.
No.
That is very.
That's what you do well. You do very well. That's another thing that people don't. equate to the success that you've been able to have and continue to keep having and elevating and scaling is because you have the ability to create a wave, create momentum, create a story, create a thing, and make people feel like I need to be a part of that. Friends only. Damn, I'm their friend. Like, you know what I'm saying? I want to be friends.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How do we? But that takes genius. Like, as soon as you said it, I remember, I'll never forget, I was like, oh, you cracked the code. Like, friends only is like, what? Who don't want to be a part of the friend that only could be in there because we friend? Like, but you gotta be able to create a wave. And a lot of times too, as much as it's like poor artists, it's terrible management going.
Absolutely.
Like the game is
people are terrible.
It's bad.
Yeah. People,
you know how they say
terrible.
It's piss and poop in the dating pool? It's piss and poop in the industry pool.
Yeah, the industry is disgusting. It is genuinely disgusting right now.
It's wicked.
Yeah, it is.
It's wicked. And I think that that's why it's so important that what you're doing as far as this pod and just being vocal from that position, because again, the key word of this podcast is accountability.
Mm-hmm.
And so from the artist to management side, there needs to be just from artist, producer, whatever you are, to management, there needs to be a lot more accountability. And then from the management to et cetera. Yeah. It got to be more accountability. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It got to be more effective communication. I mean, we could keep running the play. Everyone's running the play. You got the artists who got their management. We fam, it's all love. Woo, woo, blow up, fire their managers. Yeah. You know, you got that happening all day long.
Wicked out here.
Yeah. Which is that play.
Yes.
And then you have the managers who run in the artist play and got some tricky paperwork in there. Yes. It's only so long it's going to last because it's going to just get to a point where artists don't want managers. Yeah. And then managers honestly don't want to deal with the artists.
It's so true.
He's going to be all out here just chickens with their heads cut off.
It's so true.
And the thing that's sick for artists that we have to we got to get together and politic more, guys, because listen, more of you need managers than y'all don't. And managers, for the most part, good and great managers, are able to go get a corporate job. They can go to Amazon, go to Spotify, go to Capitol,
I say it all the time. I don't have to be in the music industry. I really don't. Sometimes I have to sit with myself and it's like, why are you torturing yourself in this business when you don't have to do this? You're a smart girl. You got a degree. My skills are highly transferable. Yeah,
it's the love you truly, genuinely have for music.
I do.
This is something you really love. I watch you drop tears behind listening to some shit that move you.
Yeah, I love it.
This is something that you love, and we love it so much. Yeah. And that goes back to intention. We love it so much that we don't want to just leave a mark. Right. It's one thing to leave a mark. Yeah. Darrell left a mark. Yeah. Shaggy left a mark. You know what I'm saying? Like, Shaggy that nigga. These people, Baja Men left a mark. People left their mark. Yeah. But we want to shift the game, shift the culture. Yes. Because a lot of those artists we talk about, whether it was the legacy artists, you know, to these new artists, like a lot of them were not, like our generation of artists are getting the better end of the stick. Yeah. Versus like New Edition and how they was getting done in those times. Yeah. Right? So it's like, how do we get in here and shift the game? It's like Curry. Curry got in the game and changed the game forever. Yes. You know, how do we, what is going to be your Curry moment in this music industry? Yeah. You know, but niggas ain't thinking about that. Niggas want to be lit. Yeah, I know. Niggas want 1942 and
oh my gosh.
And Casamigos.
Honestly, that is all.
niggas want Casamigos.
No real purpose in this. And I think that a part of why, again, I'm so happy to have you on as somebody that I have worked with as a manager. And we've definitely had, for the most part, I'm going to be honest with you, you're probably one of the favorite clients that I've ever had. Because I felt genuinely appreciated. Mm-hmm. Even when things are sticky. First of all, the nature of this business is it's going to get sticky. Yeah. And the relationship between an artist and a manager is always going to have potential to be like this because ultimately, like as a manager, you work for the artist. Yeah, you're working for the artist.
And everybody don't like that.
I'm a servant. So I'm just like, I don't like when my artists are not happy with me. I feel like I'm failing because we've also created this dynamic, and I said it before, where the artist is on the pedestal and everyone's job around is to make sure that the artist is happy. God forbid the artist don't like something.
Yeah, it's to the roof. It's to the roof. I have my moments. That's why I'm able to speak like this.
Yeah.
Because I've been on both sides.
Yeah.
You know, I've been the artist that was like, like prime example, they were Nat and P were managing us at a point, and it was a show, and I didn't like how they was treating us at the show. In the beginning, we're going into the show. What you mean my people can't get in? Y'all checking, y'all talking crazy to my other homie that's managing, the assistant managing us, and I'm so big on like respect.
Yes, you are.
You know, and but I wasn't, like the Bible says, be angry but sin not. I didn't have that on Smash. I'm getting angry and I'm sinning. Like, who are you talking to? Who the hell are you talking to? And now
I like that energy though. That's why I honor you the way that I do, because there's not really a lot of men.
Oh no, we're gonna get to that. We'll get to that right now.
Yeah. But yeah, we had a little
yeah. And so for me though, it's like my only leverage, because I want to put my hands on somebody in the front. But so my only leverage is I'm gone. I'm leaving.
Yeah.
Who you think you're talking to? I'm Bobby Brown.
Yeah.
Talk about this bitch. You know, they called me like, Price, we got it all squared away. Everything's good. Come back in. They think I went to my car. I said, huh? I'm at home.
What you mean?
Pull up to the house. They steaming. Then we have a call the next day, and I'm like, there was just a lack of accountability on my end on the things that y'all did as, okay, this is what I was going to tell y'all too. Because the artists, we be wilding. I left a at their house before. I left a at their house, and I'm just moving too fast because we're flying somewhere else. We're flying out. And, you know, I'm from where I'm from, y'all. You know, I'm from the street. I'm from the second street. You know, but no, so at this time, I'm like, I didn't go nowhere with no. It's not like that nowadays, but this is the things managers be having to go through. And this is why I'm saying
Talk about it.
Yeah, this is why I'm saying this because artists, we will put managers through mess. And, you know, then
wrong and strong too.
Yeah, then like, still be loud and wrong.
Like, what you mean you met? It's like, why didn't you just tell us?
Nigga, you got a house. And then I have to remember, so I'm rushing out their crib. And I'm like, damn, I can't take the airport. And I have no way of, like, no one picking up or nothing.
Yeah.
And so I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to just stash it here in this little closet because it looked packed out and, like, they don't even look like they're going up in here. Let me just go toss this shit in between some boxes or something, whatever.
Yeah.
It just so happened, P, who rightfully has the right to clean her house and do spring cleaning or something.
Cleaning the closet out.
She cleans the closet thoroughly out. Finds the and then me being ignorant, I'm like young and not realizing that everybody doesn't just be around. Like to me, it's like I'm seeing I was like 6.
Yeah.
That's not everyone's reality. No. Some people see a and they're like, wait, what?
Yeah, they'll freak out.
But yeah, so she came in, cleaned her crib like she rightfully is able to do, and then found the and was on my head.
Were you weren't even back in town?
No, I wasn't. Well, she had told me, she was like, we got to talk. And I was just like, all right. I forgot, essentially. So I'm not forgetting about the gun, but the last thing I'm thinking she wanted to talk to me about was that.
Yep.
And so, and she definitely pressed me.
Yeah.
And then I'm more so like, well, listen, because I'm still standing on this because I really did have pure intentions when I was like, well, listen, if y'all don't want me to come over no more, like, I get it. And it came off like I'm being like, well, if y'all want me to come over here, nigga, I ain't come.
First of all, because we want you to come over. We were having such good times.
We were.
We were kicking it.
Yeah.
So it's just like.
But see, I'm not knowing though, because that's a big thing.
Yeah.
You don't just leave somebody's house. Like that was so out of pocket.
If I would have found it, I wasn't that shook because I didn't find it.
Yeah.
I never even saw it. I don't know what kind of gun.
Yeah. Little revolver.
She was like, I think she had already hit you before she even talked to me.
Oh no, she blitzed.
Yeah.
She already knew. And rightfully so.
Yeah.
So I only said that even to just say like,
what we go
these
through.
are the things that managers be going through, you know what I'm saying? Let alone, You know, so
Yeah,
I've had
it's
my
such
moments.
a symbiotic relationship. Like
Yeah.
it's like a marriage.
Yeah.
You're like locked in with somebody. You're invested in their life and career.
Yeah.
So we definitely, and then people come on here. He ain't said nothing in years,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna get her to come on here
Yeah.
because really, we haven't really had the best experience in this business as Black women.
Right.
It really has been heartbreaking. It's been traumatic. If I'm honest, I've been in a lot of therapy. That's why I'm able to like process a lot of it. Even as it's coming, I've like learned the tools
Yeah.
to like help me process what's going on. But
because as a manager, right?
Yeah.
Black women
yeah,
in management in this business, you guys have had a lot of, you specifically for sure, have had a lot more male clients than
yes,
female. But correct me if I'm wrong, like all of the traumatic experiences haven't just been males either though, right?
No.
Like it's been
No.
women
Oh, yeah.
making it
I'm not gonna
treacherous
lie.
too.
I'm not gonna lie, and this is where it starts to get sticky in the conversation.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times I hear us complaining about white people.
Mm-hmm. Oh no.
It be us.
It be us.
It be us
And
doing it to each other. It's really, I'm not gonna lie, my worst experiences have been at the hands of Black men, personally.
Fact.
Women are tricky too because there's just like we gotta heal.
Well, yeah,
as a
because us as
people.
a people, exactly.
It's just like a lot of the experiences have been, and then people think I'm a kid.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm a whole 40-year-old woman. Like, I don't know what, it's like real bullying going on.
Right.
It's real bullying going on.
Yeah.
And it's like, my dad is a pastor. I come from the church. I don't have any muscle. I ain't got no. So why y'all bullying me?
Right. It's that plantation positioning. It's really plantation positioning. Because a lot of times we as a people, we are so, it's like you made it in the big house.
Oh, yeah.
So you're not trying to go back out there with the niggas.
I know.
You're like, oh no, I'm here with master. I eat hot food. It's nah. Yeah. So it really be that. And so a lot of times, specifically like Black men in this position, because a lot of times they're not secure in what they say that it is that they do. They are not. No. A lot of times people, niggas ain't secure because you really wiggled your way in that position. A lot of y'all EVPs and SVPs and blah, 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 blah. Y'all didn't wiggle.
It's so much wiggling.
Y'all really not that,
No,
which is
they're
why
not.
when there's anything remotely terrifying to your position, that's when that gatekeeping gets to coming in. That's when that, and then I was just talking to the homie about this on the way here. My biggest problem I have with the music industry.
Yeah.
Because see, a lot of the other industries, there's levels of gatekeeping for sure.
Of course.
Bullying, disrespect at times, things like that. But in the music industry, people play street with it too. Like y'all be like fake tough with it. It's not like you're in Silicon Valley and your boss is just on your head.
Asshole. Yeah, it's like
y'all think y'all thugging until somebody want to put their hands on you. Then when it's time for niggas to get hands, but like my problem with the music industry is people ain't getting slapped enough. Men.
It needs to be more of that.
Yeah, men aren't getting hands put on them enough.
Mike from Mike and Keys just said it the other day, and I'm like, he's right. I know it's problematic, but we need some sugar energy.
Ain't no more sugar energy.
Mix because it's just
no one's coming in the building checking y'all. You execs, no one's like really pressing y'all because y'all really scary. Really ain't been in no real confrontation, no real man-to-man conversation. That's why when real men and alphas come around, y'all get to tail tucking.
Yes.
Don't really want to do no real business because y'all really frail. A lot of y'all don't like dealing with a nigga like me because y'all frail and I know it. And
you are not lying.
I'm gonna check you.
You're not lying. You are not
I'm gonna check you.
Yeah.
And then the men that are like that, y'all, that's why it's like, I wanted to speak to management. Nah, he's about, that y'all be deflecting because you're wrong. My manager might be a woman or something. Like when I got into that night at the club, it's because our other manager, assistant manager, which was Book, was one of my great friends, my brother actually, my son's uncle.
Right.
But he's very calm, cool, and collected. He's not problematic at all. He's not a punk, but he's like not.
Yeah.
And y'all talking to this man like he a punk.
Yeah.
Who are you talking to?
No, I know.
No, I'm tripping. Now I don't want to come in.
I encourage more of that energy as a woman in this business.
Fact.
I would prefer to be around a lot more real men. It's really not. It's not that. And that's why when men try to bully me, I'm like, first of all, I'm Jamaican.
Yeah.
If I start tattletaling you,
right. With a very militant brother. Like,
I thank God
Mighty ain't no buster at all. So shout out to Mighty.
Brothers, both of them. I'm so thankful
but
for the
Maddie? Y'all
they're
not doing that if
time.
bro walk in.
They're on warrior time. Like you and him that's why y'all get along.
That's
why y'all get along. It's
protect the black woman at all cost vibes.
A lot of black men hate us. That's the real. They're not admitting to it. There's a lot of mommy issues.
Exactly.
It starts there. It's very deep rooted, but there's not a lot of love out here for us. So when I find it, even when you have, because our friendship, our relationship has definitely had challenges. But I feel like any real friendship, you don't know what it is until you've been through something.
And to your point, like you said, when it gets sticky is because this business also specifically is an emotion-based business.
Yes, it is.
Because music, like you said, starts with the music.
Yes.
Great music comes from an emotional experience.
Spirit,
right? And a spirit. Like, we're not in Silicon Valley creating like an app or like y'all work at Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
You know, you just got to do numbers and blah, blah, blah. Like, no, this is a very emotional.
Yeah, it is.
The best music gets made off of heartbreak, happiness, things that happen, you know what I mean? That people are putting their experience into the music.
Yeah.
And so when that's the product, people, like Erykah Badu said, it's my, you know, I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my
Yes.
And so, but then when you have managers and great execs that care about the music too, it's all an emotional thing.
Yeah.
Because I love this music. I put ideas into this market plan that came from me falling in love with the music. So it's so much that goes into it. So then when you like stunting on me and just, you know what I mean, or bullying and doing all that, it instantly becomes an emotional thing. Or like, prime example, one of our experiences. You were going through a private health scare that you didn't want to necessarily, you know, be vocal with everyone about, but you also weren't really talking to much of nobody.
Yeah. My toxic trait as a Cancer is I will shut down.
It'll be curtains.
I am a go in my shell and just nobody. I can't.
It's over with. It's over with. And then us being emotional, we got a new single out.
Yeah. Where's Nat?
We're our team, you know? And it's all of that. And I'm thankful for you. I'm thankful for Madeline Nelson, who's another Black woman who have, like, because you two specifically have helped shape the person that I've like become in this industry when it comes to like dealing with women, for sure.
Yeah.
Luckily, by the time I started working with Maddie, I had already had the experiences with Jonathan. Then added my levels to the trauma, leaving guns and being very passionate, speaking and things like that.
You are a great client, though. You are a great client. We can run it back.
Anytime. That's what I say when she said I ain't managing. I'm looking like no.
It's just gotta be.
It gotta be the real thing.
You bring so much to the table, and I want to reiterate that for these artists that think that attaching themselves to a manager is gonna be the thing.
Yeah.
You are so intentional, and I want to speak to your spiritual journey because that is. I think that we can all agree that we are in a time.
Ooh. This year alone, 2025 alone, there's been so much death. And like, we're 3 months in. And I'm not even just talking about in my personal world.
Yeah, in the world.
I've been seeing so much transitioning happening. Like,
people are getting up out of here.
It's crazy. Yeah. And in the midst of that, you got airplanes. I'm so scared to get on a damn plane. It ain't even funny. I'm scared.
It is insane right now. Yeah, it's insane.
It's so much. Yeah. And then when you deal with a person-to-person level, the the darkness and the toxicity and the slithery snake energy is just at an all-time high.
It is. Yes, it is. It's demonic. We have to call it what it is.
Yes.
It is. A lot of us are under demonic influence and you don't even know it.
Mm-hmm.
And you're operating in spirits. You don't even recognize what you have going on. It's just like
because again, the word for the pod is accountability.
Yeah.
So in this space, there's just no spiritual accountability.
Zero.
Like when we first met, or just connected on a real level. We met before. Shout out to Scooter. Love you.
Scooter.
With all my heart and soul. It's my son.
Yes.
But when we met then, but when we actually like locked in,
yeah,
one of the biggest things that we were always able to connect on was just our intentions for spirit, spirituality, and spiritual growth.
Yep.
And but back then, you know, I didn't want nothing to do with no Christ.
No, I know.
I didn't want nothing to do with no Jesus, no none of that, you know. But there was still always a level of spiritual conviction and accountability.
Correct.
Right. But now I'm able to go deal with things that are right there in the book.
Yep.
You know, writing scripture and apply it. And still we ain't playing a religious game.
Yep.
But we playing a relationship game for sure. And
book.
And I think a lot of people, I'm able to connect with people really strongly who have spiritual accountability. I don't care if you're a Muslim, Hindu, I don't care.
Yeah.
You just gotta have some spiritual accountability because that's what's going to sustain like past anything else.
Correct. And righteousness is not really that complicated. It's very basic.
Yes.
It really is.
Because righteousness isn't perfection.
No, it's not.
Righteous is just you striving for righteous living, like making right decisions. What's wrong? What's right? Being fair. We were just talking about splits. I really don't care about splits and stuff like that. If I'm dealing with fair people, the moment I know you're not fair,
how many friends have fallen out over split decisions?
Jesus.
Real friends, real like at each other's house every Sunday, and it's like y'all gonna let 2.5%.
Oh my God.
A song that's not gonna make any money. It's also not a hit song.
No.
So it's like, what are we?
No one's finna do nothing off of this. And I think a lot of times too, we got to hit on the producer and writer experience.
Do. Yeah, we do. Let's get into it. True, you got all day.
Right. The producer and writer experience. And this is why Red, what's her name? Tiffany Red.
Yes.
It's why Tiffany Red be online on y'all necks.
She ain't lying.
And listen, people be so invested in the way things are being said that then they want to undermine the truth of what's being said.
It's the truth. She not lying.
She ain't telling a lie. She just does not have the best approach.
Yeah, they don't like it. I get it.
And I get why she has that approach. She's tired of playing the...
Sometimes you gotta press. It's gotta be a hard press.
It gotta be a hard press.
I agree.
I've had to do it. I fell out with a few of y'all behind the hard press because I try to be the cool part. Y'all be treating me like I won't hurt some of y'all.
I'm not. That's why I'm getting bullied. Either that or I'm really gonna start having
to coming on this pod like, hey, this episode's actually to expose you, said person.
I feel like I'm there. I've arrived there. I have arrived there. So let's just keep it all.
Listen, be cool. And like the writer to producer experience, a lot of times people fall out over because the thing is this, and this is why I've been standing on my production.
Yeah.
Because whoever created the dynamic of songwriting, publishing, payouts, etc.
Yeah.
The producer gets paid right on the dollar.
Yes.
You gotta pay the producer before the record even come out.
Yep.
The writers don't get paid.
No.
Unless you get to Sean Garrett, Esther Dean, Babyface, you know, those levels.
Yeah.
Even our biggest writers of our time right now,
Yeah.
they're not getting paid on the dollar every time. It's very rarely, and depending on if it's Rihanna, whoever it is, they not getting paid on.
They're not.
They're getting whatever they getting on what they publishing.
You better hope you land one. You better hope.
And you gotta hope you land one. And the thing is this, producers.
Yeah. They'll pay the producer just to hold the record.
And there needs to be more negotiating from the like, but a producer like, shoot, that ain't my job, that ain't my, but that is too
Yeah.
much of that, and that's the problem.
Yeah, but you need to do that for the
Producers
homies. Or
gotta
you can
be-
build it into your
That need to be a part of the fee.
yeah, put it in your fee.
Because I'm
Put the
paying the
extra-
writer.
You don't got 2.5. If you're getting $20,000,
The homie
you
can't
don't
get
got-
3 bands.
come on, guys.
They don't even be wanting much. The shit, because I'm trying not to cuss hard on this friends and only.
Yeah, listen. It's
But
a-
the shit,
yeah, it's the shit.
people
It's
didn't
crazy.
fell out over. I didn't fell out over the crumbs
Yeah.
because it's funny because I always lead with taking the crumbs, being fair and being a team player. I'd be like, listen, I'm not even really tripping. I don't want to even have to call Big Bad Scott.
Yeah. Can we give a shout out to
Listen,
Felcher and Freifeld,
Listen.
the firm?
Big
Scott
Bad
is-
Scott Felcher,
That's
the
big
the
homie.
trooper.
Yeah. He's not playing. He's actually not.
He's like
playing.
my dad.
Yeah, me too. I call him. I'm like, you're like my godfather.
You're like my fairy godfather.
Yeah.
If
We love
anybody's
Scott.
a genie, it's Scott.
I just saw him in New York last week and hung out in the office. I'm like, I'm so thankful to have a lawyer.
I
like
try
him.
not to have to call
Yeah,
him on
yeah, I
y'all.
don't
It's
like
like
to
your
call-
dad.
yeah,
I
no,
don't
I
want
know.
to call my dad outside
Yeah. He be
because
getting pissed.
he only brings his gun out.
Yeah, he gets pissed. He
It gets
doesn't
very
like-
aggressive. He had to tell me one time. He said, "Price,
Yeah,
if you take that number, I'm not repping you no more
yeah.
because you're not
He doesn't
allowing
like
me
you
to
being
do.
disrespected.
Yeah, you're not allowing
Yeah.
me to do what I do."
Yeah,
I say, you know what?
yeah. But
Who
you
do I
know-
care? What relationship do I value more?
Yeah,
This
so-
producer who might be, you're a big bad producer, but we
Yeah.
just did a TV placement that was worth 6 figures, and y'all don't want to give me no money.
Why is it like that? And I represented songwriters and producers, so I really understand it from all sides. Really, who we need to be barking at is these labels,
For sure.
because there is this idea that there's like no money in music anymore. There's never been more money in music, guys. I want to be really
Man.
clear. There's never been more money in music than this very moment.
Oh, listen, it's
So
unlimited.
them not having no more producer fees, now they don't want to pay anybody. Now producers, y'all feeling it too because
Yeah.
y'all can't
Because
get.
y'all
not
fee.
getting that
Fee. Y'all want to holler out
40K,
fee.
You're not getting.
Man, you're
40K.
getting 7,500. Hopefully.
y'all are getting the 75.
Hopefully. All that. Yeah, well, my fee is 30, but listen, what fee? Who has paid the 30?
Straight up.
No one's paying the 30. That 100 is really over with. Them
No, I
days
know.
over with.
No, that's not happening for the biggest artists. It's not happening. No, I know.
So it's like,
Yeah.
but then that's why, unfortunately, on the production side, they don't want to fight for no because they trying to
No.
get theirs.
Yes.
Everyone's trying to get
Yeah.
theirs.
Yeah, I know.
It's the legitimate meaning and definition of
Oh.
dog eat dog.
Yes.
It's like everyone just wants
No,
to
we're
get
in
theirs.
the Hunger Games.
And that's the reason why one, I've created business and revenue
Yes.
outside of this. So I don't have to play that.
Nasty game. Nasty game.
I can also pick and choose what I want to even be a part of. Oh, I'll be swerving stuff. It'd be like, Price, can you don't hit me the same day with stuff.
Yeah, have a schedule.
Don't not value my time like I'm just this starving writer that just needs to come right for whoever for
I
nothing.
think sometimes people assume that we are like them, but we're not. We're not.
No.
I will leave
Shout out
this
to
whole
Kendrick
thing-
with they not like
Yeah,
us, but
yeah,
no.
we're
The
not
real
like
thing is
y'all.
I'm not like
Yeah,
y'all.
You're not like them.
I'm not like y'all. That needs to be the new song. The new song is forget they not like us. Shout out to all my PG Lane homies. The anthem for 2025
yeah.
though
Yeah.
is I'm not like y'all.
And that's a bar. That's a bar.
We gotta cut the
Yeah.
crap.
Yes.
They get to see it. It'd be funny. I've literally had people thinking I was wearing fake jewelry and crap because I get money outside of this. This stuff don't come from this don't come from this. And I get my music checks.
Yes.
But then I go flip them. I just gotta tell you, I bought a box truck.
Yeah.
I'm not, because this
I was
crap.
gonna ask you where you've seen the most money in music as someone who's been signed and done the independent thing. Is it like in tour money? Is it in actual owning your masters and seeing streaming revenue? Is it in publishing and writing for other artists? Because you've had some songs like Move on that side. So it's like, where do you feel like you have, if you had to look at your numbers, where do you see
The dough come from at least my experience,
Yeah.
right? I've gotten nice payouts in deals, right?
Okay.
Obviously,
Yes.
because you get advance.
Yeah. The long.
But when you think of the long game in that,
yeah.
it was like, yeah, I got 120 or something, but But it's like, Lord, this thing then.
I'm never recouping.
Yeah.
Why am I not recouping so I can get some more money?
And so if we're talking like actual good business being done,
Yeah.
I would say on an independent front in touring,
Yes.
touring, selling merch, touring.
Yes.
Because not only did I, like, for instance, shout out to my brother Coda the Friend, Jesus.
Coda.
Shout out to Coda,
Yeah.
independent mogul who
Yes.
does not get enough credit because he's quiet.
Yeah, no.
He's Jason Tatum.
Yeah.
He's Jason Tatum
Yeah,
to y'all.
he is.
Y'all can't touch him on the court.
Yeah.
But me and bro, we toured, and when we toured about a year and a half ago,
Yeah.
we were literally on the road 3 dates in watching massive artists canceling their runs.
Oh yeah.
And artists that are bigger than him clout-wise doing our same rooms, counseling.
Ticket sales are down.
Ticket sales are
way down.
in the sewer.
Yeah. No, for everybody.
You feel
From
me?
the top to the homies.
And we are not even thinking about, like, we're doing dang near selling out every venue. But then
he has a real audience. Yeah.
I'm out there selling my Generational Cure merch, and
Yeah.
they don't know me. Y'all aren't here for me.
Yeah.
I got 30 fans maybe pulling up a night.
That's such an honest. Artists don't believe. Artists be thinking they're the
Oh,
ones
y'all
moving
think
the
y'all
tickets, the
Prince.
openers.
Y'all think y'all Prince. You're opening for a reason. You're
That's
not
a
Rick
bar.
James.
That's a bar.
You're opening. I'm a humble, happy opener. I can't wait to open because I can't wait to win some new fans.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I'm playing the long game. I want to be doing this when I'm 50, 60.
That's what I'm saying.
So I can't wait to open.
I'm saying.
Yeah, I got maybe 30 on some cities.
Yeah.
I'm peaking at 50 max.
Yeah. But you've
Coming.
been pulling up in these markets for a very long time.
And I'm not promoting like as if it's my tour because
Right.
I'm here to win
Support.
new
Yeah.
fans
Mhm.
and support.
Yeah.
So I'm getting my opener fee, which was beautiful because I
Yeah.
don't got to do no crazy. And then it was a Live Nation run. We getting gas cards. I'm
Love
getting
that.
$1,500 a night in gas cards. Oh man, I went home cake. I should have sold them. I was giving them out, but
Gas prices out here.
gas prices is
Yeah.
nuts. But then I'm selling my merch. I'm caking. I'm doing at least $3K a night. At least though, selling my
Exactly.
merch. That's at least
Exactly.
as the opener.
Mm-hmm.
Bro,
Mm-hmm. Oh no. Artists are pulling in.
I don't want to tell the man
Yeah,
business,
no.
but
The
boy,
merch game, no.
on a dry night, I'm seeing 18 bands on
Yeah.
their little
Oh yeah,
thing.
no. That's what it is. That's what it is.
On the cracking nights.
The hoodies is they are,
And then they actually put in, shout out to Tajir, they actually like make clothes.
quality. Yeah.
Like it's like a brand for them. So it's deeper than merch.
Exactly.
They got pieces.
Yeah, exactly.
I end up grabbing me a
Yeah, we're
button
gonna-
up.
we're
They
going
got
to pay for-
pieces.
Yes.
And so they're caking.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to tell you the high. That's
Yeah,
that
yeah.
man business.
yeah.
But I looked over, I said, oh no.
Yeah.
Mom, I was just at
That's
G
the
Perico
thing.
house yesterday.
Yeah.
He's caking.
Yes.
Listen, when I tell you G Perico lives in Porter Ranch gated community, a ghetto, east side LA crip,
Yep.
living beautifully.
Yes,
I'm looking
love.
around like, oh my God.
Yeah. No.
So it's
And
from-
you don't have to be. Some people, if you're not from out here or you don't be out here, you might not even know who G Perico really is.
mhm.
Honestly,
Yes.
But he got his thing
It's-
locked down.
It's straight. And he like, I walked in his house this, I'm like,
Yeah.
I walk in G crib and I'm like, I forget what I told him. He said, bro, we are in the music business.
Yes.
Said keyword is business. Big dog is he ghetto. He talking.
Yeah.
But it's like, bro ain't doing, oh, he had all them whiteboards. Because I got whiteboards at the crib, but he had unlimited whiteboards. I'm like, man, this ghetto
fine.
nigga
Yeah.
is so on top of
Scientist.
it.
Yeah. Yep.
But he's also independent.
Yep.
I told him to go on tour.
Yep.
He never toured before until I told him. I'm like, bro, you have to tour.
Yep.
You have real fans.
Yeah.
It's money you leaving on the flow.
Yep.
Same with Coda.
Yep.
That's why Coda brought me on the tour because I pressed him. I'm like, bro, no.
Mm. You have
You
to
got to
tour.
go touch road.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so the deals come and go.
Yep.
But then you have to live off those deals.
Yeah.
You know how this go.
Oh yeah.
The thing that becomes residual, which
Yeah.
is real money. Those little quick boop, boop, boop
Yes.
that you got to live 2 years off of, that's
Yeah.
not real money.
No, it's
Real
not.
money. So the real money I've seen in this has been
Yeah.
from merch,
Yeah.
from touring,
Yeah.
As far as being on the artist side, you
Yeah.
know, and then definitely on the independent streaming side, because I've had moments in my independent streaming.
Exactly.
You know, shout out to Maddie.
Yeah.
Black woman owned her own
Mhm.
distribution company.
Mm-hmm.
We was caking.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
Yeah.
them first, like the peak months, you know, you see the little 6,
Yep.
7, 8s, but then it like starts to like sit comfortably at that 3 and
Yep.
335 4.
Yep.
But I'm doing so many other things. So for me
Just
to be making
sitting.
4 bands
Yeah. She's coming in.
at the crib off of the
Yeah.
music, and that's like Coda
Yes.
was doing 30 and 50s
Yeah. Exactly.
a month.
Yeah.
Because when you catch one for
Yeah.
real, this is all me not catching one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just building up the catalog.
Yep.
When you actually catch a smash and stay independent like 310 baby
Yep.
with Soak City,
Yep.
oh my Jesus,
Yeah.
it can get scary.
Yeah. The monthly
Oh
payouts.
man, listen, you said, huh?
Yeah.
15,
Yep.
20, 30. And this is like, I mean, because we're talking, the problem with the music industry is we get so hype on the Lambo trucks and the jewelry and the stuff,
Oh,
right?
Gosh.
So we stopped realizing that 15K a month
Yeah.
we're doing good business.
Yeah.
This is 15K a month, like take home.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This
Yep.
is take home. You're not having to get in a food truck or restaurant. I've had these things.
Yep.
You're not having to get in there and do like sweat equity. The
Yep.
sweat equity is low.
Yes. Yeah, it is.
So then when your business is truly in order, from the merch to the
Yep.
streaming to the low overhead with producers,
The low overhead is key.
is key.
Y'all are overspending.
Oh no, because y'all want to have this to listen. This person
Need
and that
the
person.
recorded challenge. Do you? You're not there.
I'm at the crib. I'm at the crib recording my butt off. My best raps
Yeah.
coming out the crib. Because you got to know where you are.
Yes.
Whether you're a manager, producer,
Yes.
artist. The problem is, like you said, we
People
get
are
to.
deluded.
Yes.
I'm really convinced that everybody, and I really feel like social media is playing.
I was just going to say, it's
huge-
this. Get on there and be mad at your life. Because what the person next life that they might be faking is doing, we got to, like,
Scary.
how many years do we got to talk about this? Y'all, come
Right.
on.
I know.
It's sickening.
Yeah, it really
I don't
is.
even play that game with
Yeah.
people no more because my life's really awesome
Yep.
outside of all of that.
Yeah.
I used to like post like everything and do all of that.
Yeah.
Now more so, I just want to show my lifestyle because to inspire like the generational cures,
Yes.
right? Which are the people that are changing the trajectory of their
Mhm.
family, their lineage, the
Mhm.
things that have been like projected onto them,
Yep.
passed down
Yep.
to inspire that.
Yep.
But I don't care to show y'all I'm going to the jeweler.
Yeah.
No more. Them days is over with. That's corny. In the
It's-
grand scheme of things, it's corny because I need to show you how I got to that.
Yeah. Teach.
Yeah, we need to. I don't need to show you that I'm
Yeah,
there
yeah,
balling out.
teach.
I take jewelry off. I took jewelry off today.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like,
Yeah.
but how did you get to that?
Yeah.
You feel me? And did you
Yep.
like, because some of you, like some artists, you know, they get their advance,
Yep.
40,000 maybe,
Yep.
at a high, 100.
Yep.
The first thing y'all doing is going to the jeweler. Okay, cool. That's dope.
Yep.
Then what else? How else are you positioning your dough? And then did you go broke 3 months later? Tell that part.
Typically.
No,
That's
you
what's
did,
happening.
but I'm
Yeah,
trying
yeah,
to
yeah,
get you
yeah.
to tell
Yeah,
the
yeah,
people you
no,
did.
I know. Yeah. No, they're not. Smoke and mirrors. It's all about perception. We're
It's-
not living in reality anymore.
No, and it's only setting really people everybody up for failure. That's
Yeah, I
why
know.
we keep getting this like rat race of
Mhm,
artists and
mhm.
managers, and
Mhm.
that's why you got so many managers kind of going into the corporate space. Like, I'm finna go give me a,
Well, we need to
position.
make some money.
I'm finna go
If
ahead
the
and be
artists, if the artists are hustling to make money, what is 10% of that? What is 10% of that? Like,
Mm.
how are we supposed to live?
really what's 20% of that?
What's 20? This is why when I get given a hard time, I'm like, bro, you're not paying me
Yeah.
enough to treat me like
Yeah, I
this.
work for you,
Yeah, I work
but
for
this
you.
is terrible. This is a terrible
It's
position.
not enough for it's not enough for and then a lot of times, again, artists in particular don't like you having too many different clients because they
Mm.
feel like you're distracted.
Talk about
and
it. Talk about it.
So then it's
Talk
like,
about the exclusivity
the-
rights.
You're not paying me enough. Exclusivity is expensive.
Oh.
Even in deals, you gotta pay me for that.
Bar.
We need to be able to move around and do.
Exclusivity is expensive.
Yeah, it is. Yes, it is. It is, because that means that I can't move around and pick up some other things to supplement. So you have to pay me a whole lot of money to make me exclusive.
Don't lose that.
Yeah.
So in my box truck business that I have, when we pick up loads, they call them dedicated. So dedicated loads are exclusive loads.
Yep.
Meaning that when I come pick up this load from you and it's dedicated, you're gonna put a seal on my truck. And so meaning I can't go get no other loads. I have to deliver directly from pickup to drop off because you want my truck exclusively.
Yeah. They're paying for that.
Oh, you're paying.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna need an extra $600 for that.
Because it has to balance. It has to make
because
sense.
I want to pick up a load on the way to San Francisco and Fresno.
Exactly. I need as many loads. I'm not trying to.
So I need as many clients.
Yeah.
If I'm getting 10, 20%, I should be able to have 8 clients.
Exactly.
To make this make sense.
Yeah.
Y'all want me all to yourself.
You know what the sad thing is? I realize a lot of, and this is where you're different. You're one of the only clients I've ever had that has given me anything. Gift card to a spa. There's probably a combination of you and Juju and Aunt, just like we should do something for that, or bringing flowers. People I have worked with way longer than you, I don't even get a call on my birthday. At least y'all gonna throw me a little studio party, a little like it's Nat's birthday, we going up. Yeah, it's her birthday. When I tell you, it's egregious how much I've sacrificed and poured into men. I'm gonna say it specifically.
Please do.
I haven't even like really managed a woman. I've like worked with PJ, girl PJ for a couple months, but like I think that I've convinced myself, especially as an only girl with brothers who I adore, that it's like easier to work with men. It's like not as emotional and all this. When I tell you,
oh, they worse. That used to actually be your thing.
Give price.
Niggas is worse.
Thank you for your honesty.
They're worse.
The emotions of men are so unregulated. I'm emotional. I don't think I should have to lie about. You know, like we have a lot going on.
No,
hormonal,
for sure.
Everything, depending on when it is. But the ways that I've seen men respond to their emotion has been I would never on my most emotional day talk to you like that, curse you out, hang up the phone, do all. It's like, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's like,
yeah.
But that's just the male, and it's like as a woman who also is not your wife, I'm not your girlfriend, we are in a professional relationship. There's no HR. That's the thing about managers.
That's the problem.
There's no HR.
That's what I was just gonna say. McDonald's employees get treated better because there's accountability. There's HR. You can't just cuss me all out up in here.
Exactly.
You can call corporate on you.
It's inappropriate for my client to be, because you're having a day and you don't. It's like, because honestly, I'm not someone that's gonna give you. I'm not stealing nobody's money. I'm not. There's like nothing. You just frustrated, but you know what? Everyone's frustrated because we're not making no money.
we all frustrated.
We're not making money.
We all frustrated. Let's do 5. My bad, y'all.
Yeah.
No, we all are frustrated.
Yeah.
And the thing is this, like, but artists be able to just stop working. Yeah. Because that's what Kenny told me one time that was really good. And it wasn't me. It wasn't even pertaining to me. It wasn't pertaining to me. It was just another client. But he was just like, you know, I could be busting my butt all year. Artists get one little check that I get my commission on, and then he done for the year working, go on vacation.
Yeah.
He like, you know, I'm off it. I want to take some time to work on this and that. It's like, okay, well, what am I supposed to do in that time?
That is a bar.
What am I supposed to do when you go on vacation with your girl or your man and
artists
have a kid?
Sure,
you want to be a mom, which is beautiful.
Do managers, as your manager, do we get to be like, you know, I need to take a few months off to just like get my mind together?
Fired. Your ass gonna be fired playing with me.
It's like, we got to keep the motion. Ain't no retreats.
Or you better have somebody in position to answer these calls.
And I'm a 24/7. That's why I like the 10% thing. Is like, why am I even doing anything for 10%? I am available to you. I am like really pitching ideas. There's like a lot of creative input that goes in from a real manager.
A real manager. That's the key. Because then it's a lot of conversations about a good manager and a
Yeah.
great manager.
Yes.
It's a big difference.
Yes.
It's a lot of anyone can be a manager.
Yes.
I'm a-
Literally. That's why.
That's the problem.
That is the.
That's another issue I have with like the music industry.
Oh my God.
A nigga could just wake up and be a rapper.
Yeah, they think that title.
Oh yeah, I manage him.
Don't get me started.
Well, what does that mean?
Don't get me. People are so thirsty for that title. What is that?
What have you closed?
What have you?
What have y'all closed?
What deals y'all are not? You don't even know.
What type, like what money yearly, like what type of money, even if you haven't touched, just what money has even been brought in that you have orchestrated?
What's your network? Who can you get on the phone? What's the real value?
Who can you get on the phone that's gonna move?
That's gonna move.
That's the big thing.
Yes, it is.
I've walked in rooms with some of the coolest managers.
Yeah.
That everyone loves.
Yeah.
Everybody can't wait to hug and
Yeah,
tell
yeah.
you in great hands and
Yeah.
all the things.
Yeah.
But don't nobody move for you.
Well, a lot of managers are just socialites. It's not even a.
Y'all are party. Y'all, it's a party crew.
Yeah. Yeah. I know.
It's a party crew. Who can get on the phone and make something shake?
So then when these lists come out, these power players,
Oh man.
I'm like, what is the real power that you don't have any real power.
It should be called the PR players. Y'all have great PR that's getting outsourced by the label and paid by the label.
I know.
Or whatever. Oh man, I'll never forget I'm saying it. I was on Motown. I'm saying y'all can't run me. Don't nobody run me. I was on Motown. And I watched all of the Motown staff on all these magazine things. Granted, Ethiopia,
yeah,
Sean Barron,
yeah,
Lindsay, Britt,
yeah,
the Killers.
Those are the
real snipers.
All four of those.
Real snipers.
Yeah, they are. Yeah,
I'm getting it. But then I'm seeing other people. I'm like,
the marketing person that really.
Man, the janitor.
Everybody's a power player.
You got the janitor in the suit.
Everyone's a power player. Everyone's a Grammy Award winner. Everyone is everything. It is just, we're not.
Oh, that's watered down. It's watered down. It's watered down.
I don't even want it anymore because now everybody.
It don't got value.
The
value's low. It's like Grammy nominated. Who cares? Like y'all was talking about. That was a great one.
Thank you.
Because it's like, who cares?
No one cares.
Nominated is nuts. I hate doing the for your consideration. My team pressed me. Because you want to put it on the radars. I get it.
Campaign.
But don't congratulate me for your consideration. I ain't doing nothing.
People are winning Grammys and getting dropped 2 weeks later. Because guess what? The books don't care about the Grammys.
Man, people are winning Grammys and broke.
Also.
Very broke.
Exactly.
Like, not just like, oh, $10,000. No, broke.
Literally.
The real kind of broke.
Yeah. Asking the homies to help you.
$400, $500, $800 trying to make stretch broke. Like, it's not
it's fucked up, but it's true.
It's the truth. No, somebody got to tell the truth.
Yeah, it's true. I agree. Because that is what this space is for, honestly.
Yeah, man, we friends. So we get to have a friends-only conversation that you niggas get to get locked in on.
With love. Because I think that we have mutual friends and we just have been around for some time and we've seen. It's really scary to see people that are in our circle, like really so caught up in the web of
the rat race.
It's the rat race.
And we're doing a disservice by just not keeping it G. I'm so transparent. That's
why we get along.
Yeah.
And that's why we also can have because you're going to be like, no, that's bullshit.
That's out.
Yeah.
And vice versa.
Yeah.
You know, definitely like.
That's why people don't really like me. People don't really like me. People love me. Mm-hmm. My friends that really, because some people value truth.
Exactly.
Some people want accountability. Some people, but the real, I'm going to be honest with you, there's only 2 people that exist. There's people that know God and there's people that don't know God. Truth is godly. I keep saying
That's good.
Truth is godly. If you pick up your word and you guys get back into, you keep talking about the book. It's like all of it is laid out. It's all laid out.
It's a manual.
It's a manual.
The problem too is like religiously people get to the book and make it like all this. It's a manual.
Yeah, it is.
If you buy a bunk bed today, and don't know how to put it together, don't got internet for TikTok, because you just moved in your place, your internet ain't set up, but you got tools and you have the manual. The manual is going to show you how to build the bunk bed.
Yes.
The Bible is a manual to show you how to build the body,
Yeah.
how to build your walk,
Yep.
how to be the light.
Yep.
It's a manual.
Yeah.
I don't even read it. Like I'll read about David and the homies and all, but I'm
Yeah.
reading it to find out, okay, how can I apply this in
Application.
2025?
Application. Religion, what religion has done and which has driven a lot of us away from it altogether is
Mhm.
like people get so caught up in the semantics of it all.
Right.
Like, oh no, this didn't really happen, and there's no history, and there's nothing that proves that this person was. And
Exactly.
it's like, does any of that actually
It
matter?
ain't nothing to prove Rich Dad Poor Dad or The Alchemist. Oh, the book y'all 58 Laws of Power and everything else y'all stand and live by.
Does it matter? Even if you don't, so interested to know your thoughts on this. If you don't necessarily believe that there was a man
Mhm.
over 2,000 years ago that came to earth and died for our sins, if you believe that, because I think the issue is when you get into other religious studies and you
Mhm.
see like all these similarities
Right.
about this being that existed, and there's difference in time, when it happened, whatever. But
Yeah.
I think being Christ-like, even if you don't necessarily believe in the story exactly as it's told, it's
Mhm.
still a clear, being Christ-like is like, look at how this person lived their life.
Right.
Look at the heart. Look at the,
Exactly.
that's
It's that.
really all it is.
It's that.
The semantics don't matter. Oh, if you
No.
go back, well, they're saying it was in Israel, but it was really in Africa. Who cares? Like,
Exactly.
it's just like, okay. And my other thing is with like, I love my people. you
Yeah.
know, all of us.
Yes.
Believe what you want, whatever speaks to you, whatever. But it's like, even being so caught up in like, oh, we're the original Hebrew. Like, is it?
The 12 tribes of Israel. Hey man, listen, back up. Back up.
What are we putting so much focus on that thing for? We're
And you
here
broke.
now.
And I keep making the emphasis on
I
broke.
think we do have to get back to that every time.
Well, no, because the emphasis on broke is not about money being everything.
Yeah.
It's about whatever you're talking about don't even work for you.
No, I know.
Because how are you going to help people if you can't help people? And
Right.
money is how you can help people.
Yes.
Resources. So you want a Hebrew Israelite like me to devil, not even just them, but just 12 tribes. We the original, this and that. And I was one of them people at a point. So that's why I'm
Yes.
able to talk with this tone.
Exactly.
It gets us nowhere. It don't
Yeah,
mean
it does-
nothing.
No, exactly.
It means nothing. Like
I
you said,
know.
it's
all
the
it really honestly does is cause more division.
Division.
Amongst us.
Who can't afford
We cannot afford
an
that.
inch more division. We can't afford another blurred line. And niggas can't wait. Like, but that's so my thoughts on it is one, it's just to your point. Like, I
Yeah.
think it's so pointless and so detrimental to
Yep.
our growth.
Yep.
And really is just a cop out.
Yeah.
I
it
think
is.
too, it'd be a thing where it's just like people want a reason to not
Exactly. Do
Ha-
right.
yeah.
That's really what it comes down
be
to.
accountable.
Exactly.
Because like you said, the walk that Christ walked,
Yes.
it was just so stand up.
Yeah.
It was so love was first.
Yeah.
It was so gracious.
Yeah.
But it also was a stand up walk.
Exactly.
He also pressed the issue when you was goofy.
Yes, he did.
Because everybody loved to just like reference when he was in the church and throwing the tables off, which is a great reference because he was
Yeah.
in there pressing the line.
Yep.
But he also pressed the 12 disciples stayed getting checked.
Yeah.
They was
For
getting
sure.
checked nonstop,
No, for
like
sure.
with love.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Or when he was having to check the Pharisees, or when he got to check the people who want to stone the prostitute.
Mhm.
He just stood on business
Mhm.
and was in the trenches, you know? And so
Yeah.
it was such a upright
Yep.
version of just being not only a
Yeah.
human, but then a man.
Yeah.
People don't want to do that.
No, they
So they
don't.
looking for any reason to be
I
like,
tell you, and it really is scary because it really be our most religious. Everything they be the first, but it's like your lifestyle is the furthest thing from Christ. Like,
I don't want nothing to do with it. And it
the
ain't
fur-
working for you.
no,
It's not working
No,
for
it's not.
you.
No, I
You
know.
want me to take advice from you,
I know.
and your advice don't work for you.
No.
That don't make it just don't add
Yeah.
up in my little brain.
Yeah.
I'm not, and it's not about finances because y'all aren't just broke financially. Y'all are broke spiritually.
Yeah, that's a bigger one. Because some of them got a little money.
And some of y'all be having money, but broke spiritually.
Yes.
Your heart, your mental, your peace levels, you're broke. Your peace account is in the negative.
Yeah, it's depleted. No, literally. Yeah.
That's the broke we really are hitting on.
I know.
So I'm not listening to y'all.
Yeah.
And that's the importance of this pod and us utilizing our voices.
Yeah.
Because the people want it though.
Yeah,
people want peace. People want rest.
Yeah.
People want God.
Yes, they do.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People are searching. That's why platforms like Earn Your Leisure, pastors are actually becoming more like viral.
Yes.
Because people want it.
Yes.
It's just obviously it's so much noise in all these other spaces.
Yeah.
And then the moment a pastor does drop the ball or something, it's the end all be all.
I know. Yeah. Can we please, guys, we gotta stop putting too much on the pastors. These are humans.
These is people.
These are people. If you're gonna use your pastor disappointing you to be the reason that you can't really, it's like that ain't got nothing to do. He gonna have to answer at the end of all of this. We are all going to have to give a report of what we did with our time here.
Your TransUnion experience. What you do with your social and your credit does not show up on my experience.
No, it doesn't. Yeah, no, it doesn't.
And never will.
Yeah, exactly.
The problem is, again, people be lazy.
Yes.
So the pastor, because the church is just a hospital. Everybody in there wounded.
Yep.
It's the emergency room at that. It ain't just the hospital. It's the ER. You got people in there for a bloody nose. You got people in there with a minor cut and slash. You got people in there with gunshot wounds. You got people in there whose leg finna get decapitated.
Yep.
You got people in there with the flu.
Yeah.
It's so many different levels of wounds and sickness.
Yeah.
But that's all the church is.
Yep.
And so then you have people in there who are lazier than others.
Yeah.
That don't like dealing with the plug. We like the plug.
Yeah.
You want to go directly and talk. You got real relations with the Disney homies.
I'm a direct.
We like to deal with the source. Who is cashing the cut the check?
Absolutely.
Who is making the decisions?
Absolutely.
Who has a voice and some power and value?
Yeah. Because it gets too muddled in the in-between. It gets too...
And people's spiritual relationship and walk is that.
Yes.
Their walk
in
relationship with God is funneled through their pastor.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
So the moment that the pastor ain't solid,
I know.
It's like,
People also think they can tithe and offering their way into heaven.
Oh, man, listen.
Hey, guess what?
Tithe and offering.
Still, those, you can't, that's not how this works.
God don't even, that's one thing I do appreciate Prophet Lovey on, just as far as his teachings and with me being at the church and learning.
Yeah.
He always emphasizes how like your works and deeds are not, it's not it. Because the reference is always this. For children of God, right? If God is the Father.
Yeah.
I have sons.
Yep.
So if my sons have access to my will, that's their will. It's like the prodigal son.
Yeah.
The prodigal son had a brother. Him and his brother had access to the will that their father accumulated. They didn't have to do good deeds to get the will.
That's good.
They didn't have to do this. That's that's yours.
Yeah.
It's already done. It's already yours. Now, there may be thresholds. You might have to be this old or whatever the case may be, but you already have this. It's yours. And that's how we have to deal with God. The will is ours.
Yeah.
The access is already there. That's why he said you got to pray like it's already done.
Yeah.
Because essentially it is done.
Yeah.
If Bronny James, whose daddy is a billionaire, if Bronny wants $3,000, or Bryce, because Bronny is a millionaire on his own.
Yeah.
If Bryce wants $3,000, the question isn't, Dad, can we get $3,000? The money's there already.
Yep.
The access is there. it's just then as a father, it's what's your intention for wanting this?
Mm-hmm.
What is your intention for asking for this?
Mm-hmm.
The deeds are a part of it, but
Yeah.
that's not the end all be all. We think that like the end all be all is our deeds.
Yeah.
No, that's what Christ went and did the big one for.
Yeah. But that's how a lot of churches manipulate people.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Be a cheerful giver. Hey man, I'm gonna give if I want to give. When I want to give, to
Yeah.
whom I want to give.
Yeah. Yeah.
Y'all not gonna debo me into no tithes and offering.
Yeah.
Because what another thing that people don't, and you talking to two people who love Christ, love the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
All my music is Christian, is under the Christian genre now. I
Yeah.
don't cuss in my music, say nigga in my
I
music.
love that so much.
Nothing, right?
Yeah.
And I know that church is big business.
Yeah.
Actually, the biggest probably
Yeah,
business.
Actually.
It probably is pharmaceutical drugs and then church. That's
a
making
lot of
all
breaks,
the money
tax breaks,
for the
all
country.
kind of yeah.
We looked it up. I forget when that was. We looked up how much churches made last year. It was billions.
Yeah. Yep.
In the United States just alone.
Yeah.
Church in Africa and London and all that is
Yeah.
massive. We just talking about the United States.
Yeah.
Made billions.
Yeah.
Tax free.
Right.
So it's big
Do you
business.
think that people, most people want to do right? Because I'm getting to a place, I don't know if it's just life experience. You know, I'm going to be 40 this year and I've just seen a lot. And I'm like, I think people are just choosing to be, I'm telling you, they're choosing it. They're choosing it. I
Yeah.
really think there is something happening right now where like people are just choosing darkness. Like they're just sold out to it almost. It's pretty scary. It's like, you know, there's no way, but we're also numbing. That's the thing. People are numbing their consciousness with drugs and all this.
Exactly.
So they don't have
because the internet's a drug too.
Yeah.
You know, like social media is a drug.
Yeah.
But I think too, one thing that we have to give not only just people, but then our people, more grace in is that with us, we're in an industry where like it's very easy for this to be all we see and hear. Whether that's on socials, when we go outside, it's easy to get stuck in this bubble and not actually realize that black men are marrying black women at some of the highest rates damn near in the history of mankind. Right. And then specifically college graduate black men.
Education.
Absolutely.
Right,
college graduate black men with college degrees are marrying black women at high rates. The numbers, don't let it fool you no more.
Yeah, because it's looking a little bleak out here for black
and it's
women.
not.
Yeah.
But the thing is those people are in Savannah, Georgia, or Fort Worth, Texas, or you know, outskirts of Boston, like wherever. They're where they're at.
Yeah.
They don't go to the Grammy week. They don't go to the BET Award weekend. You know what I'm saying? They're not at Rolling Loud. And if they are, they're there as a couple doing their thing.
Yeah.
And then they go back to their world because the wife probably is an RN or a nurse or LVN. The husband do tech or might drive trucks or do whatever the hell he do.
Yeah.
And he love his wife. My little brother just proposed to his girlfriend. He's 22 years old. Proposed to his black girlfriend.
Wow.
2 days ago.
I love that. Some of these young men are just more mature than.
Oh, for sure.
I don't understand what's happening with our black men.
I'm gonna tell you. I'll tell you easily because they're my generation or a little bit above.
Because you're still a little young.
And so, but they're still
you're
a product.
Dad, so you're like very mature.
And what they're a product of is the crack epidemic, which affected all of our neighborhoods, all of our families. Even if it didn't affect you direct, you're affected by it because it may have affected a house 3 houses down from yours.
Yeah.
That you got a crush on little DeQuavion that lived 3 houses down, but his mama do dope. Now he live with his granny. Or his daddy sold dope, went to jail for life. He's raised by a single emotional mom. A lot of these men are emotional because we were raised by emotional single women. That we are projecting what we've seen and what was taught to us. So a lot of the men that are my age and I would say between 7 to 10 years older than me.
Yep.
And
products of that.
Right? 3 to 4 years maybe younger than me.
Yep.
Maybe 3 years. I'm not even going to give it 4.
Yeah.
Younger than me. There was rarely fathers in the home.
Yep.
Drugs just took over.
Yep.
Education levels were like low.
Yeah.
Everything from Jim Crow to just all these things that were like actual attacks on our people.
Correct.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Which we know that.
Yeah.
Like these were actual attacks on our people.
Yeah.
Which we ain't just fully recovered from.
No, we haven't.
So like my sons are going to be incredible.
Yes.
I can't wait to see.
Can I just give you your flowers as a dad and tell you how awesome of a dad
Thank you,
are?
thank you.
Cannot. First of all, the song of Michael.
Oh my God, he's a
I'm
star.
like, whoa.
That's another part of me just trying to be a great dad because I want to be Joe. Like you don't have a choice. You're being an artist. We're not doing basketball. That's over with.
Rodeo.
I want to just Debo him into being an artist so bad.
Oh my gosh. How old is he?
About to be 14 next month.
Yeah. Wow. And PJ. Oh,
My
great
papa died.
sons. Yeah,
My
yeah,
guys.
Yeah.
But so
kids.
like they get to because and then this guy's my age that also didn't grow up with a dad like I did. That they're regurgitating what they experienced.
Yeah.
Like it was my life's mission to not be what I had to grow up experiencing. My dad wanted to be, he just was in prison.
Yep.
But everybody's journey is different. You had a dad and a mom in the house.
Yep.
But Pops may not have been the perfect dad.
Yes. Correct.
Which may have rubbed off in different emotional ways on not only you, but then the 2 young men that grew up to be men.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yes.
So it's so many different things that take account into why this next generation of young Black men and young men are just top shelf.
I will say I'm really proud of the men. You know, Medi's a father. This is why when women get into the male bashing conversation, I'm just like, I can't even really get into it because I know amazing men like that really take care of business, handle and I see our generation, just the men that I know that are fathers, like men are not playing about their kids.
No.
You guys are not playing about your
Love
kids. And I love and respect that so much. And that's why sometimes when I see we know better. Mm-hmm. Like you're saying, the generations above, they didn't really know what was happening. But now we have information. We literally know everything that's going on. So when you're still deciding.
Yeah. Like you said, you choose in darkness at that point. And there's still ways we could have done better because I love my sons.
Yeah.
But I wish my sons were by one woman I was married to in the same household.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's still ways that I got to clean up. And that's a product of what I experienced, you know?
Yeah.
But then even when with your experiences, you've had to be in this business where unfortunately, in this business, you're not getting all the time the best version of men.
Yep.
Not even just Black men, men, period.
Yeah.
But if we speak about black men.
Yes.
Because see, in this
business. I'm
business.
not gonna lie, white men, I've actually.
Be all right.
I have to give a shout out to
Scott
Felcher.
Love some Scott.
Scott, and he gonna talk through some with me. He's gonna actually be empathetic toward me. I call Scott when I'm like having a time. I'm like, Scott, I really am tired of the way that everybody's handling me right now. Like, and he's like, okay, take a second. You know, he's also like, take some time coaching me.
Exactly.
White men have looked out for me.
Absolutely.
Even Disney. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I have a great relationship with.
Man, we're not doing no Disney smut. I don't know what Disney was in his time. That's between him and God. Whoever over the company now, y'all handling business over
my
there.
Experience there. The saddest part of my career is how many Black men I poured into and what that has looked like on the other side. And
I think, and I'm not going to say the reason, what I think plays a big part in that is that music as well as football, basketball.
Yeah.
This is the escape for ghetto Black kids and Black boys in the hood who don't, like, this doesn't require a college education.
Right. Right.
Even in sports, yeah, you go to college, but man, you getting flown through. When you
Yep.
that guy, you
Yep.
getting breezed through
Yep.
the courses
Yep.
because we need you on the field on Thursday.
Yeah.
This doesn't require.
Yep.
You got kids blowing up from their living room,
Yeah.
from their basement. You know what I'm saying? That gets into this game there's no protocol.
Yep.
There's no like steps to it. You
No, I
just
know.
can bounce up
Yeah.
in this thing and be a
Yep.
millionaire in
Yep.
a month. And now you talking to people crazy, doing people
Oh my goodness, Price. That is the other thing that I'm having a really hard time with. These newbies that think they can come in and just get a little hot,
crazy.
and now you running around like Dame Dash. Like you're not like you haven't done, bro. Just take your time. Trust me, because the thing about this business is it's a relationship business, and managers be thinking when they're hot they can treat people however.
Talk about it.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you about the artist relationship. It could be in 2 years or 20 years.
Exactly.
They're gonna clip you. They're gonna wake up one day and be like, I love you. If they're real, there's some real ones that are gonna be like, we've done a lot together. There's gonna come a point where they feel like they just want to go in another direction, or somebody might be able to do more. Thank you for everything you've done these 20 years, but
I'm gonna go this way right now. Yeah.
And then you're clipped. Then you're clipped because you don't got the star artist no more. Managers that stick around are the ones that do what they say they're gonna do. Be honorable. Keep it cool, because then your clientele doesn't really matter that much. People fuck with you.
Exactly.
And that's
and
one
you're
thing.
the proof of concept. Like it's like Scooter. Like Scooter showed and proved. Yes, he was a star, but
yes. Yeah.
I'm also a star.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you
like,
are.
It's me.
Yeah.
I play a massive part in what you guys all fell in love with. And then I'll keep showing you guys that.
Yeah.
That be the thing. The managers who be running behind the artists that got the hot joint, do it again. Y'all don't be able to do it again.
More than once. A lot of y'all be lucking up too.
It be so much luck. It'd be so much luck, which is okay because that plays a big part in it.
Yes, it does.
But you have to be able to show.
Yeah, duplicate it. You got to duplicate it to show us it's real.
Just show it's real.
Yeah. I agree.
Or take the bread and go run you a play somewhere else, which I don't be mad at that either. I've watched managers. I forget what Chance the Rapper's manager. I'll be saying names. I don't care. Y'all forgive me. Forgive me.
Yeah, you
I forget Pat's. It was Pat.
Pat, yeah.
Pat the manager.
Scale.
I ain't seen the man since.
Yeah. A lot of managers are now in tech. A lot of
wine. He started wine companies. And I'm not mad at that.
I'm not gonna lie. I might be out of the music industry.
I'm not mad at that.
I'm very proud of the work that I've done. I feel like the seeds that I've planted will continue to, because I really work on real music. You know what I'm saying? Like, so those things will stand the test of time. At 40 years old, my bank account, it's just not really making a whole lot of sense for me to continue to do as much as I'm doing and not see the return.
It should be M's going on right now.
I feel like I should be a millionaire.
No, absolutely. There's no reason why you shouldn't. That's not even me gaslighting. And it's sickening because you've obviously been a part of so many $1 million stories.
It's a lot of M's floating around.
Listen, that's why I forever love the nation.
Yeah.
When I went to see Farrakhan speak, I said every time we was in the whole arena.
Yeah.
And the only thing that was going around, the only letters and words that were going around the whole building for hours. Farrakhan spoke for hours. He said, protect the black woman at all costs.
Wow.
Protect the black woman at all costs. It didn't say Allah's the greatest. It didn't say all hail Malcolm. Nothing.
Yep.
Protect not the children.
Yeah.
Protect the black woman at all costs. Ain't no kids if ain't no woman.
Yeah.
Ain't no family, ain't no life, ain't no progress without the woman.
Yeah.
Women are the ones that are going to organize, that are going to strategize, that are going to be able to like clearly think at times. Yes, women do obviously get emotional and are more emotional beings because of y'all have periods every month. There ain't no way y'all not emotional.
I'm on day one and I'm like, I woke up today like, of course I'm shooting a podcast.
Yeah,
but it's like
it's terrible. Meanwhile, I woke right up.
Bad, but it's like we thug it.
It's a real thing.
We thug it
because I seen this Dame Dash clip too. The homie Gentry, shout out to Gentry. Gentry's a great manager
Shout out
in the
to
game right
Gentry.
now. And exec.
Yes, he is.
He posted his Dame Dash clip that said, everybody like want to be bosses, but you got to be willing to like work in the tough times of the business and when it gets like tricky. You know, everybody want to be a boss, but not willing to work when they're wounded.
Yep.
That was a bar to me, right? You got to work while you're wounded. I took that because I've been losing people heavy, and it's been like throwing me off my game, which has been slowing down my algorithm, slowing down my momentum. Because now I'm not posting. It was a point I'm posting every day.
Yep.
I get off my game because I'm hurt because my little homie just died. I'm hurt because my auntie died. Stuff like that, right? Yeah. That penetrated so good because it's like, we got to be able to push through though.
Yeah.
Now, there's certain things where you have to go make sure your well-being and your spirit is right.
Yeah.
But then there's certain things where it's just part of the game.
Yeah.
And let me just outsmart you. Y'all not smart.
Yeah. Yeah. You're not smart.
Y'all don't be smart for real. Y'all really dumb. Which is why y'all want to just go to somebody's monthly listeners and go to this and that. Y'all not breaking artists.
You're
not just
innovative. You're
producers aren't just breaking artists. You labels aren't breaking artists.
You're
you
not.
Execs aren't breaking artists.
Yo.
Y'all not breaking nothing. Y'all aren't, because y'all not, Siri, be quiet. Because y'all aren't developing artists. That's what we mean by breaking them.
Yes.
Not taking something that's already hot, getting momentum with millions of views, and then putting money behind it.
Yeah, that's not breaking.
Anyone with money can do that.
Correct.
Anyone with money can do that.
Yeah.
Y'all just have the infrastructure and resources that a dope dealer with 10 million, he can't call Cherry or call someone at Fallon or whatever the case is. But y'all aren't breaking anything.
That's a fact.
Y'all aren't developing nothing.
No, that is a fact.
And when y'all are
breaking and sustaining, because it'd be a lot of flash in the pan. You might have a moment, but those moments are coming and going quicker and quicker with these artists.
Exactly.
Artists are getting hot.
In and out. I always reference Dero. And that's my guy from back in the day.
Yeah.
But boy, when I tell you, because we had just came out when Ice Cream Paint Job came out.
Yeah.
Niggas thought Dero was the next Jay-Z.
Yeah. Never changed.
No, you couldn't tell niggas. Niggas, they think Dero was the next Hov.
Oh,
he was so huge.
Goodness, yeah.
Everyone was getting compared to Dero.
Yeah.
They wanted you to do records like Dero. I see it happen.
I know.
Nonstop.
I know.
Because I'm taking the stairs.
Yep.
So within taking the stairs, do you know how many people I see go shoot up that elevator that I gotta look at?
Yeah.
And they come shoot right on back down as I'm taking the stairs up?
Yes, they do. Yeah.
I didn't see too many of those cases.
We've been around. We've been around.
I don't get hype. None of y'all can hype me. What's the bro name? And he's fire. I don't think he's so much of an elevator artist. I don't know. And I don't care if you get mad about this. What's bro name? 200 for your nails. 4 bats.
Yeah. I know.
Everybody wanted us to get hype.
I know.
I'm still hyped because I like his sound. I like what he's doing. But I gotta see it.
Yeah.
You gotta make me a full-on believer to get hyped. Y'all be wanting everybody to be hyped. Oh, this is the new blah blah blah. Oh, we need a blah blah blah. I want something like.
I know.
I'm not giving you something like whatever the hell you're talking about. I'm about to make a great song.
I need the A&R, the label, stop being lazy and copycatting every. We need innovative. Come on, man.
Which is why those people like Brent is Brent.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Shout out to Todd.
Yeah.
That's why that thing ain't never going nowhere.
Yeah, I know.
Unless Brent get online and say some wild DaBaby level statement at the festival, something just wild.
Yeah. And Brent ain't doing that. Brent's too smart for that.
Brent's too fly and too smart. Yeah. And that's why it's going to work because they show this really works. Yes. We really know what we're doing.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, what you've done well, even as an independent artist, one of the best times that we've had is going to France. You've built, I think a lot of times we get stuck in these local markets.
Yeah.
When there's 8 billion people in the world. that actually love what we do more than we even love it.
We don't got no appreciation.
We don't appreciate
They love
anything
it over there. They love these raps over there
Yes,
in,
they do.
in the UK.
Yes, they do.
They can't get
They
enough
don't
of
even
these
know what
raps.
you're saying, but they're just like, they can feel the, and I think that artists need to also get out of these local bubbles and explore how to market to the 8 billion person world that's out there.
Yeah.
Y'all have the internet.
Exactly. It'd be fair. Comfort zone.
Yeah.
People like being cool where they cool at.
Everyone, honestly, is too.
Everybody cool. Fake cool.
The fake cool is the fake cool.
I just seen every fashion trend at this point. Like all the cool. Like you talking to somebody who was standing shoulder to shoulder with Jerry Lorenzo before there was a Fear of God in Greystone every Sunday. We with Jerry every Sunday.
Yep. Yes.
We with the people.
Yeah.
Like we're
people
throwing
are
them.
also not as cool as they think they are. They're not as smart. They're not as cool as they think they are. And you know, who am I to say? I'm just saying.
Man, we're cool. And if y'all cool, we gotta be cool. I'm not settling. I'm not playing that game anymore. Like if y'all are the cool people.
I agree. If y'all are cool, I don't want to be cool. Put me over here.
I'm lame then.
Because I think what's going on right now is we are on such a fast track to just ultimate lame. It's just.
That's why I love like L.A. Reid. That's why I love people like L.A. Reid who won't let up off the business. L.A. Reid's so rich. He don't got no business still.
No, I know.
Being in it, 10 toes, and deeply in it.
I know, he's deeply in it.
But because he loves it, and he loves the feeling of innovating, doing like groundbreaking, like I could tell it just gets him off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's something that like, but that's what
he's a builder. Need. People are not builders.
Sean Barron.
Sean is a builder. I hit him the other day. I hit him the other day, like.
You him.
Duplicated.
Keep showing. Cause then since Ty, he's had the Diggy moment, the Cap G moments. He's had moments.
Yeah.
But he's like, all right, hold on. Let me
no.
show y'all from this level though. Cause this is not only somebody who like, this is my artist. I signed and we developed this.
What Sean and Ty have built together. I love what Kendrick and Dave have built together. I am always like, I want to be the Dave Fried of somebody's Kendrick. I don't feel like nobody really honors me like that. And I feel like I'm deserving of it. Absolutely. I'm not saying I'm perfect. One of the questions I wanted to ask you is if there was anything that I could have done better as a manager, what would it be?
I think the only thing, because the only reason why we even hit the little friction moment, which there was obviously other variables to that.
Yes, there were.
There's other layers to that.
Yeah, there were. Yes.
Right? But I think it's just communication.
Yeah.
Which I feel like you do much greater at. Like you've only, that was years ago.
When you say that you've learned, I will say that you are somebody that I have, like, just as an adult, when you get into a relationship with people and they help grow you, I feel the same way. Because you've always, yeah.
Because communicating is also saying, hey, I'm not in the place to kind of be talking to everybody right now. I'm kind of going off the grid for a week and a half, 2 weeks. I'm just letting y'all know, communicating that.
Yeah. Yep.
And after that point, you don't actually have to say nothing else. I just communicated what's about to happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of times we be thinking like, oh, I got to give you all this drawn out. No, I'm communicating to you that I'm not in the space and I don't have to tell you what's going on.
Yeah.
That's it. Because to me, you are unmatched. Because even not being man, you shot me a 20 ball. You knew money was on the way, but you shot me a 20 ball. Big dog 20 ball. And it was very needed.
I'm like that because we're in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I be really in the trenches. Most managers, that's not even like, what? I've had manager friends tell me the reason I keep having the experiences I'm having is because of the way I'm approaching it. They're like, you have niggas out your house. And that. I'm like, because that's the way for me. If it ain't that.
I don't want it. Because everything else, like, again, which is why, to your point, you are going to have to start getting outside of this music. Because, again, the music is too emotional.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like
it is.
the type of manager and the type of partner you are.
Yeah.
You have to have a real connection with your client to go sell it.
Yeah.
It's not like you're just selling. It's not Shark Tank.
No, it's not Shark Tank.
You ain't just trying to sell
No.
something like, oh, well, yeah, this is our new client.
Yeah.
Weekly call. Well, yeah, so, you know, we got
Yeah.
MC Doo about to drop.
I gotta
and
believe in my pitch
I
wholeheartedly.
have to be in it.
Yeah.
That's what I was telling you about the homegirl Kia, man.
Yeah.
And not on no like Google Gaga. Like
Yeah.
she's in this industry. I'm like, where the hell have you been? You're scary. But that's why niggas like L.A. Reid and Larry Jackson and all them got her like.
Yeah.
They're trying to hide her from them. Because she's.
Now, some people recognize a good thing.
She's scary.
Yeah.
But because she does that, she gets so invested.
Yeah.
That it's like.
Yep.
I'm like. This is why y'all suck. A lot of y'all suck. Because they're not going to do the Ties, the Shans, the Gentry's, the like 310 is like Gentry's son.
Yeah.
Or little brother.
Yeah.
And so unfortunately that turns around and bites managers in the butt. So some managers are scarred.
Yeah.
And I get it.
Traumatized.
Yeah. I did it all, and nigga pay for your mama hospital, this and that. I was there when your wooty woo died. I was there to this.
In the family, in the relationship, in the marriages, in the everything. I mean, it's like, that's not even really what my role is.
Not really. That's not your role.
Why am I in the marriage?
Because
I'm
now
not counseling the wife and doing all kind of, it's just getting, that's like, people
and
get paid a lot of
people
money.
hate me. Then they hate me.
And then somehow I end up being the
problem.
Wicked Witch of the West. I don't know what's going on. It just makes me like, I'm just gonna be at the house too.
Yeah.
I'll just be at the house.
Because there needs to be levels to it. I feel like you've done and you're doing, even just seeing how you've operated with Buddy or just your newer clients that you've taken on.
Yeah.
Because you just can't help but to be cool and have a relationship with your clients. They're just the type of person.
Who wants to work with people that don't want to be around?
Yeah, or they don't like.
Yeah, I gotta like you. I have to like you.
And I'm going to know I like you by being around you.
Yeah.
Because then I'm also know, oh, I don't like you.
But that's when I be leaving.
Yeah.
When I stop liking you. Because then there's no money that's going to make me want to be around you. And I don't have a poker face. So it's going to get embarrassing when we're around and I don't have a hug for you.
Yeah.
So what's up?
And so I encourage the up-and-coming managers that are studying, greats like Natalie that may be watching this, to figure out what posture that you wear. Like what's your superpower as a manager? Because if you are the type of manager that can wear the poker face and just pitch and sell the client like it was a new razor.
Yeah.
Somebody dropped the electric AI razor that you're going to pitch.
Yeah, it's a product.
And you just, all you need to know is the bullet points and the details of this. And that might be your
that
superpower.
Works too. Yeah, that does. That might even be the better way to do it.
It probably may be.
It'll spare you.
It'll spare you the emotional mess, but it also will spare you. I mean, it also will limit the level of like, because you do get those art, like Jimmy Iovine didn't manage Dre.
Yeah.
But Dre was signed to him.
Yeah.
But they built an actual friendship and brotherhood that turned into billions.
Yes. Yeah.
Because now we're partners. Dave Free and Kendrick are partners in PG Lane.
Yeah.
Because of friendship and brotherhood.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And there's others.
Yep.
There's definitely others.
Yeah.
Even Usher and L.A. Reid.
Yeah.
But so.
I think that's why what Friends Only is. It really is like, it's a code.
Yeah.
That's why you're like the name. I'm like, honestly, the name came to me because I'm like, there has to be some regulation around this thing.
Yeah.
It's precious. I'm saying, like, you have to operate by a certain kind of code to really be in it with us like that.
Yeah.
And one of the questions that I want to start asking everyone who comes on here is, what are the qualities that make somebody a good friend to you? Like, if you had to pick one quality, that's like
you
the
killing the
ultimate.
podcast game. Ooh-wee. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you off camera what homies blitz me like, oh, you better tell it too. I better be on the episode. Ooh, you know, homies can't wait.
We're gonna do so many more because you're like, we have so many things to cover. I want to talk about the election and all kinds of stuff.
It's too much to talk about.
Yeah.
I think what makes a person just good qualities of a real friend and a great friend
Yeah.
is one, honesty,
Yep.
right? Honesty, communication,
Yep.
being able to communicate. If I can't talk to you
Yep.
and be honest with you,
Yeah.
hold you accountable, you hold me accountable, we're not friends.
Yeah.
You get mad when I tell you how I feel about something, or I think those alone are
Yeah.
it. You know what I'm saying? Just
Yeah.
honesty and good accountable communication.
Yeah. I agree.
Because through that and with that, we can like get through anything.
100%. I think you do that very well.
I do my
think
best.
that's what makes you a great friend.
Thank
you don't have to wonder. There's too many. I don't like as a friend to kind of wonder what people think about. Like
Questionable.
Yeah,
no questionable energy.
It's so I think you do a fantastic job.
We call them unsure eyes in the hood.
It's unsure.
I hate some unsure eyes.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, exactly.
Same with you. You're
Yeah.
gonna. This is why people love or hate you though, because you're gonna be raw. Like you gonna give the raw.
Yeah.
You don't have to buck and bark. You're gonna say what it is.
Yeah.
It's high accountability with you.
Yeah.
And the moment you don't want that and okay with that,
because I can be accountable too. I want it.
You do.
I told when my friends be checking me, I'm like, thank you. Because sometimes I be tripping.
Mm-hmm. And you say it. You have those courts and the people who you like.
Yep.
This is a part of the dynamic.
Yeah. Wise counsel.
They're going to let me know, hey, you're a little off the.
Yeah.
Or you're actually doing a little too much. You're actually giving a little bit too much out of your flower pot.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're draining your flower pot low.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we need that.
Yeah. Agreed.
A problem I got with a lot of homies that I love and they're my friends and brothers and all of that.
Yeah.
They don't call me.
Yeah.
They don't tell me because but I've learned this from my mom, from dealing with my mom.
Yeah.
Now, the type of brother and friend that I am as I'm going in my walk, before a person even start, I make it clear, hey, am I just listening? Or are you going to want my perspective on that? Just so I can know what position to take in what we're about to do right now.
Yeah.
Because I don't mind listening. If you just want a soundboard and get it off, cool.
Yep.
But if you're calling me for a perspective and my opinion, cool too.
Yeah.
I just want to know before I get to going.
I was going to say, my other question I want to start asking everyone is, what is something that you feel like you may be able to do better as a friend to others?
I love that. These are great questions. Jesus Christ, these are amazing. I think like listening more, just being a unbiased soundboard.
Yeah.
Right, unbiased soundboard. Because see, I love so hard.
Yeah, you do.
That like, if I hear you doing, I'm wanting to get on you.
Yeah.
And
that's
sometimes
love,
people
though.
don't. It is, but you gotta use discernment and know when a person needs that and a person just needs you just to support them.
Yeah.
Everybody don't always need to get held accountable or checked.
Support.
Some people just need support.
Yeah, man.
And the support might be my little homie who just passed away. Rest in peace, LC.
Yeah.
He literally, it's like multiple homies that literally all are saying in unison that he was just coming around them, telling them, I just want somebody to listen to me. I don't even care. I just want to come vent. I'm just going through it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so sometimes that is what people need, you know? And and what I can really do to be a better friend is get closer and closer and closer to God.
Amen. That's the key.
That's what's going to help me as a friend, a man, everything. Because then when I do talk to my friends, I'm giving them wise, spiritual, godly counsel.
Yep.
I have a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I can be the best version of a friend.
Yeah. That's so
to all
good.
the people in my life.
That right there. We are. I know we said we're going to start our Bible studies.
Mm-hmm.
There's so
much.
Be
so
more.
much going on.
Yeah, I know.
Though.
There's so much. Yeah, there's so much to talk about. I don't want to take up your whole day, but thank you so much for coming on here.
I love you. I'm
love
so
you
proud
so
of
much.
this.
Thank you.
So proud of this.
Thank
so
you,
proud of you. I'm proud of just everything that not only you're accomplishing in the business, but you using your voice and your influence and your platform, whether it's to throw events, whether it's to curate albums and go and get artists who may feel like they're not the most seen, heard, putting them with some of the most popping, you know, like you literally are that. You're like
Yeah.
what we grew up seeing in this game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Which is why you're an anomaly, and also why people don't be liking you. Because everybody got so accustomed to the sucker energy, the sucker music industry vibes.
Yeah.
You know, and that's why like Tina.
I love Tina.
That's why Tina is Tina.
I love Tina. Yeah, man.
That's why it's that cloth.
Yeah, it is.
You know?
Yeah, it is.
It's that cloth.
Yeah.
You know, but then even to just standing on what you said you were gonna do as far as this pod, the label.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
Because
then you TT, she's such a family. I'll be scared every time I get on the ground. I'm like, oh, she finna move. She finna leave us in no time. I'm talking about the next.
The clock is.
The next Patty I see on that ground. You feel me? Because you do such a great job balancing.
Thank you.
From family to business to mistreatment to actually pursuing and moving on the things that you want to do for yourself.
Yeah.
It's so fire, and I can't wait for your book. Like when you actually when you get to writing your playbook out
on my playbook.
But it's really gonna be just the memoir. That's gonna be enough for people to just see the whole you talking about your battles with confidence, your battles with men in this industry, navigating that, and not just men that you did business with, like romantically.
Oh yeah,
all the layers.
Yeah,
it's not easy getting in this thing.
No, it's not.
And staying above the water.
Yeah,
like they said an ice. What is it, like a ice? The thing that's in the water, like ice. The ice thing. I don't know what it's called again. But it's like the ice when it's sticking out the water.
Yep.
More of it's under the water.
Yes,
though.
It is the iceberg.
The iceberg.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The whole base of an iceberg is actually all under the water.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're only seeing. Yeah.
You're only seeing that tip of the iceberg, right?
Yeah.
But so much of you you're not drowning in the water.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm proud of that, honor that. You know, so it's a no-brainer.
And it's why I value any time that I get to spend with you. There's only a handful of people that I know when I get, even if it's for an hour. Mm-hmm. I'm coming out better.
Facts, same.
Every time.
Fortunately for us, it don't be an hour. It's just the first time a camera in front of us.
Yeah, no, for sure.
We do this all day.
And we do.
What makes our conversation amazing is because this is really what we do.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
We're
just inviting you guys into we do this.
This is what we do. We're actually just trying to be a little cool and humble and politically correct.
It's very scaled.
Because y'all niggas be getting bled.
Man, and Price be ready to what? Who,
man,
what?
Listen.
What?
Couple of y'all niggas done got spared. Couple of y'all done got spared.
Not you and Medi. Like, I don't really call. It don't really get. You can really get pressed.
Man,
also.
Listen. Them chins then got spared.
Yeah.
But thank you. I'm appreciative.
Love you. We'll do more. Thank you, Trip TV. Friends only. More to come. That part.